What is up, everybody? Welcome to the Red 5 Tavern, another adventure, episode 3 of the Devil's Bargain, a little Dungeons and Dragons campaign that my wonderful co-host from the Scare of Scuttlebutt podcast has spearheaded tonight, Mr. Brad, the butt to my scuttle. If you're not familiar with the Red 5 Tavern, please hold on to your hats, everybody, and make sure to subscribe to the Red 5 Tavern here on the Red 5 Network. And let's see who's in the chat. Thank you, everybody, for being in the chat. If you are not familiar with Red 5, give a follow, give a subscribe. We are on YouTube and Twitch streaming right now. Before we get too into it, I want to bring out our Dungeon Master tonight, Mr. Charles, the Dungeon Master. What is up, Charles?
Oh, it's going very well. Thank you very much for having me tonight.
Very nice, very nice. And last week he was the Dungeon Master. This week he is a mere player in the dungeon realm. Mr. Let's see who he is. Edgar Fallen. Who?
Yeah, you can say Asimar.
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 Very nice.
It's so fun to be playing. Charles can do all the work. I can just have fun.
Absolutely. Let's say hello to everybody in the chat. Hello, chat. Let's bring everybody else in who is going to be playing tonight. And I am running the show from behind the scenes. So please enjoy yourselves. Not too much, Ivana. Sorry. We don't want you to enjoy yourself too much, but you probably will. So clean up in aisle 5.
Yeah.
And here we got... Who else we got? Oh, the very beautiful moon elf, Miss.
Hi, friends.
Hello there. And here's somebody with a bunch of letters to his name.
Hirsch.
Yeah, there you go.
That's
And they say Rogelio is a strange name. All right, guys. Thank you again, everybody in the chat, for joining us on the Red 5 Tavern. Remember to hit that thumbs up and make sure to hit the alerts. We play Dungeons and Dragons every Friday night here on the Red 5 Network. All right, guys, roll them dice.
Welcome, players. Thank you for coming tonight to the Devil's. Well, first of all, this is the Tales from the Bounty Board, part of the overall campaign, and we are excited to have you guys here tonight. And we left off last episode in the Devil's Bargain, and you were all basically had just finished the warden and his wife and his son.
Except for Urshka. I don't know where he went.
Were they satisfied?
They were not.
I think the audience was satisfied, perhaps. I'm not quite sure about everybody else. We also had someone who lost a hand, right? We have.
It was a very, very Evil Dead moment there.
It was. It was a.
Yeah. We had a dwarf chopped off his hand.
Mhm.
My poor Haragon rabbit friend is dead.
Oh no.
Right.
Died. I
Right.
don't know where Urshk was. I mean, he just didn't even leave a note. I'm kind of upset with him.
Okay.
Took off, but he's back,
Right.
I guess.
Well, he's somewhere. I think he's somewhere. And what? Oh, and here we go. We have Kira. Thank you for joining us tonight.
Yeah.
So we were just talking about our last setting and where you guys left off in the story. We are literally at the last moment we left episode 2 of the Devil's Bargain. We are standing inside of the warden's house, basically in the kitchen. And you guys are basically surrounded by carnage. You've got a dead bunny. You've got a hand with some sort of talisman that is being, carried by a bed sheet, perhaps?
Yeah,
And
we
you
wrapped
guys
it in
don't know
tape.
Shroud. A shroud or something that I found.
Mhm.
So you are standing here. You realize what's happened. You sort of have that part of the adventure that you're supposed to do. You have the piece that you want to have, but you're standing in this room and you're wondering what's the next step. And all of you suddenly realize that it actually started raining quite heavily. And what do you guys do? You have the world at your feet, but this world is quite closing in on you. and you have what you came for, but you're not necessarily in a great spot. So I'd like you all to actually roll for initiative. Actually, roll for perception. Perception, sorry.
I'll say that. She got real quick. So DM, am I here right now, or am I?
You're not there. You are. You're just hanging out. We're not talking about you yet, so you can listen and enjoy.
Sounds good.
Is Ursk here? Or no?
No, he's not.
Did you say perception?
It's just an
Yes,
illusion.
perception.
I got a natty 20.
Oh, okay.
Wait, hold up. Which
That's the
dice are we doing?
The 20,
D20?
the D20. Yep.
Let's make sure we've got right dice. 15.
Okay.
15.
Sorry, Ivana. I'll avoid the last name.
A 9?
Okay. So you're just enjoying the raindrops, Ivana, and you're just enjoying the sort of the carnage around you, but the successful mission. Kira and Kalisha, you seem to hear something beyond the rainfall. That's being clouded by the rainfall, but you hear something. And as it grows closer, it sounds like horse hoofs galloping toward you. So right now, you guys are standing in... No, there's no coconuts.
Damn it.
So you're standing in the kitchen. The door is open. There is a light in the kitchen. It is dark. And you hear horse hooves coming. What do you do?
I am looking outside the backyard to see if there are any trees, forest, walls that we could quick grab the shrouded icon that we took and get that heck out of there.
Okay. Well, Kira right now is actually holding the talisman, so you don't have to collect it. She has it in her hands.
All right.
So you guys are all inside the kitchen.
Mm-hmm.
What do you do, Kira? So what you see, Kalisha, is that there's quite a few trees, and the sort of path to get to the house isn't off the main road, which you guys traveled to get here.
Mm-hmm.
But you can definitely hear you can't see them yet, but you can definitely hear them. So you have a few seconds. You realize that with that high roll that you got, you realize that you have a few seconds to make a strategic choice of either trying to get out of the house and obscure yourself, or make the house look uninteresting to the horses who are coming.
I do not have any abilities to, let's see, I don't think I could charm an entire house. So I really want to tell everybody we need to go right now.
Okay.
Unless,
Here.
Kira, you have any
Yeah.
charm spells that could.
Don't believe I do. But I'm remembering. Do we know about how far away from the house that the horses are, the people, or can I?
Yeah, they're quite far. You're just sort of hearing them, and that's why Ivana didn't necessarily hear them, because they're not close, but you just sort of happen to pick up the sound. So you've got probably a good 150 feet, 200 feet before they're even within sight distance, because it is at night and it's overcast, because it is raining, but there is somewhat of a moon glow, and you can sort of see out to the main road.
Okay.
But like I said, you guys are inside the house, the door's open, and you have basically one turn to sort of make a decision what you want to do. Want to go outside and barricade, or hide behind trees, or do you want to maybe hide yourself inside the house? It's up to you.
Yeah, I don't think I have any charm. I can charm a house. I don't think I'm like Kayleigh. I don't think I can do that. I can play hands. I can do that kind of stuff. I don't think I can do that.
Well, with Kalisha's high roll, I would say that she sort of realizes that, you know what, perhaps the best idea right now is just to close the door and just make this place completely uninteresting. And
Yeah,
let the
we
coroner
got
drive by.
to go.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, there's that wood elf and her.
Oh.
I'm so sorry. We're trying to sell some land that my husband and his sister inherited from their real dad in Georgia, and the realtor chose to call me right then and there. And I'm like, I gotta take it. So,
Well, that's fantastic. Welcome to the game. Glad to have you, Vanestra. And I'd like you to roll a 20-sided dice for perception, please.
19.
Ooh. Okay, so let me just repaint the scenery here. You guys are literally standing in the kitchen after the carnage you guys just dealt to the warden, his wife, and his son. The bodies are laying around you, including a severed hand, which Kira is holding, including a dead bunny, and
Poor dead bunny.
you hear, along with Kira and Kalisha, horses approaching the house.
Okay.
It's raining,
Yes.
and standing between you and these horses is an open door and maybe 150 feet of, trees and obscurity at night. And you guys need to make a decision what you're going to do, because you have horses that maybe are coming towards you or maybe not. You don't know, but you need to make a decision real quick to see if you guys are going to hightail it out of this house, or maybe try and make the house uninteresting for the horses that are going by.
I would say, is it my decision, I guess?
Well, so far, what do you guys say? What do you guys?
I said we got to go. There's
to
a
go.
forest
Right.
off the
Yeah, but are we
road.
going to the forest or are we hiding in the house? That's what we
Well,
gotta.
I feel at ease in the forest.
Vanessa, let's just go.
Let's
hightail it.
let's
Yeah.
blow this popsicle stand because we got to go.
Yeah, we got to go.
I ain't hiding in the house. That's
Mhm.
too.
And what are we gonna do with the dead bunny? And I don't know where the
Eat
dwarf
it.
apparated to, but
Okay.
Poor dead.
So you
I'm
guys-
sad about the dead bunny.
You guys quickly exit the kitchen door, and you run for the first sort of thicket of trees and bushes that you figure will give you enough cover while these horses are running by. So within a few seconds, you hear these horses that are going by, and they have no interest in the house at all, and they keep on going further down south, down the path. So you guys are
Okay.
covered for the moment, but it makes you realize that there's something afoot. Why were these horses running around? If you remember in the last episode, Tempest Bay was under lockdown, and you guys had to sort of secretly make yourselves out of there.
Right.
So there's something afoot, and this, especially with the 19 and the 20, 19 that you rolled, Vanestra, and the 20 that you rolled 20, right, Kalisha?
yes,
With
that's
those two
correct.
rolls, you sort of deduce from what's going on is that there is something that is going to need to be considered for the next few moments. You guys are not exactly in the best of positions. So you're outside in the rain near a forest. You just left the house. And what's your first instinct? What do you guys want to do from here?
I would like to go back to the tavern. I was told if we get this talisman back to the devil, or whoever this guy is, the guy that branded all of us, he said he would tell me where Urshk was. That's all I need to know. You guys can do whatever you want. But let's just finish this task.
Yeah. We should probably
You
go
guys
back to
agree?
the
I am in agreement as well.
So you're just going to leave all the bodies in the kitchen and all that stuff and just hightail it out of there.
Yeah.
Basically leave the scene of the crime.
Not my bodies.
There's no proof he did it.
Yeah. I'm not
All right, that's fine. That's fine. So you start to make your way back. How do you guys want to approach the travel towards Tempest Bay? Now that you already know that there's been one patrol with the horses, do you want to go on the main road, or do you want to sort of try and play it safe?
I always like to try and play it safe.
can we go through the woods? Obviously.
Absolutely. You can run. You can sort of move parallel and listen to what's going on. Now that you're all sort of heightened, and especially with Ivana, who didn't necessarily roll a high roll, the best approach. It's okay. We'll forgive you for now. So the best approach at this point would be to play it safe, collect your stuff, and make your way back towards Tempest Bay. So you do so, and you realize that as along the way, that was a very good choice, because not only are you realizing that the patrol that you guys heard was coming back, there's been other patrols, foot soldiers. There's a lot of activity on this main street, on this main path out of Tempest Bay. And it's been a very good decision that you guys have spent the time to secretly and as subtly make your way back to Tempest Bay. So you spend a while getting back towards Tempest Bay, but you realize that there's what you come upon an area that's been lit near Tempest Bay, because you can sort of see the walls of Tempest Bay and the wooden sort of spikes and the walls surrounding the Tempest Bay. There's a small little encampment, and there's glowing lights. Looks like a couple of structures that are outside of the gates before you get into Tempest Bay. And as you slowly move closer to Tempest Bay, you realize that there are several guards and three armed guards on horse at the entrance of Tempest Bay. And you see one traveler going through, and this traveler being questioned, checked, the bags are being opened, everything is being searched. I'd like you guys to roll again for perception.
Does that count? It's
That'd
not
be
in
a
my
die 20.
pack. I dropped it. It's not
13.
Okay.
13.
Another
13.
15.
15, okay.
I dropped it, and it's a 4.
You got, what, it fell off your table?
It fell. Yeah, dude, I have a box.
Oh, well, just re-roll it then.
Oh yeah, thank you.
Did you roll it, Ivana?
Oh,
Yes, I get the worst rolls.
What'd you get?
6.
Yeah, that does suck.
Do I have to
Finestra?
add my stuff to it? Do I have to add my points to it?
Yeah, if you got perception,
Yeah.
you guys need to look at your. I don't have access to your characters, so you guys got to look at your
Okay.
characters. You got +2 or +2. you
Okay,
gotta
well,
do
I
it.
have we're doing a perception, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, well, I have 17 then.
Nice. Okay. So
I
three of
have
you,
11.
11. Okay, so we got Kira and Vernestra realizing that this traveler is not only being checked but being detained. So there is a lockdown going on. Would you like to share that with the rest of the party, just to make sure that they understand what's going on?
Yes.
All right. So you guys all know at this point that Tempest Bay is probably not the best place right now for you. And not only that, you guys are beaten and battered. I do have access to your hit points. None of you are glowingly healthy at this point.
Oh no, we didn't sleep. I only needed 4 hours to meditate.
Well,
this is
literally,
I
there's
don't-
nothing.
I don't think
we've
we
not
had
still
time.
going.
Literally,
Aw, man.
literally right
You're
after
gonna
that.
sleep with some dead bodies? You nasty.
I don't think we had time to meditate, Kalisha, in between, the
Yes,
carnage.
damn.
I only needed 4 hours to meditate. I thought we had 4 hours.
I don't think we
No.
had 4 hours.
You had 4
Crap,
seconds
so I'm still
literally
at
from the last
3.
episode.
Oh no. Okay.
In other words, we're screwed.
But I have this delicious keth, maybe
Yeah.
that heals me a little bit.
Just drink my devil's juice here and just,
So you realize that avoiding to go into Tempest Bay is the best approach, but you see this sort of little grouping of buildings.
Mhm.
Would you like to approach them?
Yes.
I would like to look at them first.
I don't walk blindly into anything.
Okay. So you guys get close enough basically to sort of assess the situation, maybe?
Yeah.
Yes, I would like to.
Plan.
These
That's the
buildings
best
that we
selfie.
need to duck into, how many people are out in front of them?
You don't see anybody out in front of them. What you see is what can best be described as a longhouse, a very
Mhm.
long house. And if you guys would like a longhouse is like a sort of a boat structure that sort of
Hmm.
very long and narrow, but it has a very deep construction to it. And you see a few little, not lean-tos, but more more formal than that. But you see a couple little buildings surrounding the longhouse. But that's basically what you're seeing at this point.
Well, how close is it to where we just were in regards to the search party that's searching the TSA camp, so to speak?
They're definitely about 100, 200 feet off to the left. And
So they're close enough.
They're close enough, but they're not paying any attention to this little.
But we have to be careful. Okay.
Extra conscious.
Are there any lights on in this house?
Yes, you see several sort of windows, as it were, and you see the longhouse has a sort of a warm glow. You see a couple of the sort of smaller structures surrounding with like a hearth or some sort of fire that's going. But none of the guards are paying attention to this place at all. It's as if it's there and it's a known quantity, but no one's very interested in this place, in this little area.
But there could be people inside. So we have to
Correct.
be careful.
Mm-hmm.
If there's a fire in the hearth, somebody lit it. Somebody's in there, maybe.
Mm-hmm.
Could be a guardhouse. Could be kind of a guardhouse, maybe.
Unless they're all outside joining the search party.
True.
But they left the hearth on?
Why
If
don't
the
I
hearth
just
was big
transform into a
enough.
guard and check it out?
I mean,
yes, Avarna. I
I
love that idea.
I would like you all to also look at your characters right now. Do you guys have the app installed in your phones, your devices? Do you have access to it?
Yes, I do.
Great. Who among you has night vision?
I do, I think.
I don't think I do, but that would be really neat to have.
I have dark vision.
Dark
60
vision.
feet. Yes.
That's work. Dark vision. That's great. Okay. So we got Vanessa who's got dark vision.
I do not.
Garrett, what about you?
Sorry, I have to turn on my light because I can't see a damn thing in here. I got the lights on. I'm killing Shanti. Sorry.
You really fast.
Well, I'm trying to set the mood, but at the same time, I can't see shit.
Set the mood. Let's get it on.
Ivana, do you have dark vision? Well, dark. You have vision, but do you have dark vision?
No, I don't see that anywhere on here.
Okay.
I think I am the one with the dark vision.
Oh my.
So as long as several members of your party have dark vision, you're okay. But this is one of those points where you need to learn your character and you sort of see, okay, well, you were in the middle of the night, it's raining, and while you can use moonlight and those types of sort of natural light sources to determine where you are, when it comes to fine details, if you don't have a dark vision, it becomes much harder. So you need to think about that for the future, whether it's out in the nature or in a dark place. Again, just look at your characters and sort of start to plan. What could you do to alleviate that? Could it be maybe I bring a torch with me? Maybe I have some sort of light source that I can use. So that being said, you guys have a couple of options. You have these little smaller structures that are around the longhouse. The longhouse has basically looks like nothing's going on. Like nothing's going on in this entire encampment. You guys feel pretty safe because the guards are completely preoccupied. They're being hidden by a good row of trees. There's no main road to get to this little conglomerate of buildings. It's very much a separate part of Tempest Bay. So you feel pretty safe coming up to it.
I have an investigation skill. What's that?
Skill.
Investigation skill. Would that help in this instance?
Well, it may be one of those that's on site versus what you perceive from a distance.
I have stealth.
Stealth is good because that'll allow you to move through the forest area without
Now,
wrestle, and breaking sticks and that kind of stuff. So that's a good thing.
I have Mask of the Wild, which is attempt to hide even when lightly obscured.
Ooh.
Nice.
Okay. Is that a spell?
Yeah.
Or is that a cantrip? What is that? A spell? Okay. Would you like to cast that?
Yes. Because
Okay.
I think we need it in this sense because we don't know what's going on and we don't want to run in there gung ho because there could be someone in there that could draw attention to us very easily.
Yeah.
So who has the best ability to hide themselves while investigating one of these buildings? You've got stealth with Ivana. You've got this that one spell that you're talking about, Venestra. What do you think?
Now
as
I have my imp. I think I can extend my mind to him.
Okay.
Brad was the one to help me with this, but I'm not sure.
Is
Sorry,
there
Brad.
is
Brad,
there
you're
a
so great.
spell limit on the imp or the connection limit where Venestra loses the ability to communicate or to connect with this imp?
There is. Oh, shit.
You just got to be within 120 feet, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was going to
Oh.
say. I was going to say 100, but it's 120.
120, yeah.
So you're totally fine then. So that's fine. That's fantastic. You guys are like literally 60, 70 feet away from this
Okay.
grouping of structures. So do you want you
60
guys want to
feet.
send the imp?
Let's send Sael. He needs to be useful.
Okay. Where do you send him first? To one of the side buildings or to the longhouse?
I want to. Well, let's see. Well, okay, the side buildings. How big are they? What are we dealing with here? Are they just little off buildings, little sheds?
They're
so
little
to speak?
huts. Yeah, it's sheds, like not lean-tos. They're very much smaller. It could fit a person, maybe two, and with like maybe one cot, perhaps.
So they're
it's like
very
shed.
small.
Yeah, they're
It's like
very
a
small.
halfling mansion.
Yeah, well, we don't know.
We know
I
how those
feel
happen.
like we need to. Do we want to investigate the house, the hearth, with the hearth guys?
Yeah, I'd like to stand up for all halflings in this realm. I'm sure that was uncalled for. And for them to stand up, that means like 5 of them standing on shoulder to shoulder. Anyway,
I apologize.
so the small,
The
the
lollipop
3
yield.
in total. There's 2 to the left and 1 to the right structures to the side of the longhouse that are very much small. They're little hearths, There's still fires there, so you can probably get maybe 1, maybe 2 people in there.
But we have
And then
all
there's
of
the wall.
us, so we need to
Right.
figure out what we're doing.
Mhm.
Do we want
And
to?
it is still pouring outside, so you probably want to
Correct.
get out of.
An umbrella.
Very good point.
That is correct.
Yeah. Does anyone have a drying spell?
I don't know about that.
They left the hearth lit so we could dry by the fire if we can.
We
get in there.
could, as long as we're not too visible
Mhm.
Mhm.
through the windows. I mean, I don't care about getting wet. I'm a wood elf. I'm used to it.
Okay.
Sorry if
So you
y'all
guys
knew.
like for the longhouse, or you guys go for one of the smaller buildings?
I would like to go for the longhouse. I feel like that is where most of our thinking is located. Am I correct? If we have to do quiz, no.
So you send the imp to the longhouse.
Yes,
So you
Go,
send the imp to the
Sael.
long.
go forth.
So he goes forth, or she, whatever, goes forth. It goes forth
He's a
and comes
It
up
annoys
to
the
the
hell
main
out of me.
door. Comes up to the main door of the longhouse,
Mhm.
and he creaks it open, and he peers in. And what he sees inside the longhouse is a row of several tables that extend, maybe a third of the way in. Then he
Mhm.
sees a hearth at the center of this longhouse, massive hearth, providing a lot of warmth. And you see off to one side, sort of a cooking station, and there's a kobold there that's cooking. And beyond that, you see a few more tables. You see chairs, and then way at the back of the longhouse, he sort of makes out maybe beds. And there's several people in here, and all of them are just sort of chilling, small talk, and gives you very much a sense of this is almost like a little stopping point that's not inside of Tempest Bay, but it could provide a sort of low-key stopping point for you all at this point.
Basically, a little bit of a shelter if we don't look too conspicuous, although I don't know how we don't look conspicuous at the moment. But we're all drowning wet like rats.
Right. The people that, the MCs here, there's a variety of shapes and sizes, condition. Most of them seem not very rich. So the clothing or the armor or anything like that sort of gives you a feeling of these patrons are mostly people who probably couldn't afford to stay in Tempest Bay anyways. So this is like one of those sort of like no-tell motel versus
Super 8.
Right. Well, Super 4 maybe. And they don't seem evil at all, but they just seem to be keeping to themselves and not really paying attention to much else going on.
I like people that mind their own business.
Sounds
Makes
like
my job easier.
Yeah.
I don't have to kill them.
Mm-hmm.
There you go. So do you recall the imp?
Recall the imp.
Okay. So he comes
Come
back
to me, Sael.
and first of all, I assume that's the way that the connection works, that what he sees, you see. So unless he reports to you, but there you go. So you get a sense that there's almost an honor among thieves feeling from this longhouse.
Well, I myself do operate on the fringe of society, so
What's the
I
consensus?
don't think
you guys want to do?
I would have an issue.
I would like to go to the house.
Okay.
I honestly feel like we don't have a choice at the moment to do anything else either.
Yeah,
But
we
we
need to get.
not attract attention unnecessarily. We are just travelers coming in from the rain to take shelter.
So I believe Ivana is the only one who doesn't have dark vision.
Yeah, correct.
Okay. So
My dark vision only lasts up to 60 feet. It's not very good.
Well, that's okay. So what's the marching order for you guys to get to?
Kaylee show.
Okay. So what's the marching order for you guys to go to the longhouse?
Well,
given that one of your party members can't see in the dark as well as you guys can, even though she has stealth, there's still the element of darkness. So when you guys are planning,
yeah, let's put Ivana in the middle.
Nice. Very good.
I'm gonna go on at the end because I need to make sure that this talisman makes it to the house. I need to find my friend.
But I have talisman. By chance, do I have like a satchel or can I somehow get it away inside my
You have
armor?
nothing. You have nothing. In fact, I'd like you to roll a die 4. Like that's the triangle one.
This one? Oh,
that one.
Little pyramid there.
That one? Okay. All right. What am I rolling?
I have my dice separated now, so I know what I'm doing.
Okay, well, if it lands like this, then what do I do when it's completely like a triangle?
The one that's pointing to the top.
Yeah. What do I do?
So what's the number?
on top. The number on top.
That would be a point.
That would be, well, what's the number? Like if you rolled it and you see the number up here.
Sorry. Huh.
That's okay.
For everyone paying attention, I'm still learning. I'm a noob.
That's totally fine. That's what we're here for. So the number that's pointing to the top. 3. So you just
if it's
you just took 3 hit points of damage from that talisman.
So I'm dead.
No, according to your character, you have full health.
How did that happen? When did that happen?
Don't look a gift horse in the mouth, Kira.
What were you at when you ended the adventure
No, we're not going backwards. We're just gonna go forward. It's okay.
My power failed or internet failed last time, so I'm a little bit in the dark.
We're just gonna go forward.
You're bloody carnage.
Her HP got a little messed up last time. I think she was around 5.
Yeah.
Okay, so a learning lesson here for everybody here. So hit points are critical.
Right.
And it should be, the characters or the player's responsibility to sort of keep a track of their hit points. And D&D and Beyond, the app itself is very easy to change the hit points. And as you go along, you start to just, I just took 8 hit points. Literally, when I was playing the first session, I would take them off my hit points just to keep a rolling number. And those types of, this was based on purely just as the veteran players, as you guys come along. Oh, there you go. I can see Kelisha's. There you go. Just one of those things that you just sort of keep an eye on. How much gold do you have? How much your hit points? Perfect.
Well, I have to admit, I have my hit points listed, but I don't know how many I took last time because my stuff went. So I have no idea what I took last time.
No problem. So whether it's in app or on just a piece of paper, just to sort of keep an eye on that, because as battles happen and as in the fray of an attack, that's going to be critical. Just to sort of keep our own numbers in there. But that's all part of the learning process, and as much help as you guys need, that's no problem.
Thank you, a wise dungeon master.
No, this is fantastic. This is part of making a great group of people, and I'm more than happy to do this because it's all part of the learning process. I
appreciate it because I'm like, I don't know.
That's fantastic. This is all part of it. It's wonderful.
But to be fair, I mean, I know that I took a lot of hits. I mean, I was, so I was pretty much near. I wasn't dead, but I was.
So right now you're even worse. You're not dead, but you're worse. So
I'm not quite dead.
So we've got who's leading the party? Who's in first place? Like who's the first of this line of people going to Longhouse?
Probably me. If I have the dark vision and Kelisha has it, if she wants to head up the rear, I'm gonna head up the front.
Okay. So we've got Venestra.
You have the imp anyway, and the imp relayed, where everything is. So I feel comfortable with you taking the lead.
I will take the lead.
Wonderful. So we've got Venestra in the lead. Then we've got Kelisha. Then Ivana. We got Venestra leading. Then we got Kira. Then we got Ivana. Then we've got Kelisha.
Yes.
So Kira, you see that she stumbles a little bit. But she doesn't necessarily say anything. She just sort of stumbles. And what would you like to share, Kira? Do you want to share anything about that?
So I stumble. Question though, what can I see at this point?
Nothing. You just know that you just took some damage. You just took some, and you feel it from the talisman. Even though you're not holding it, that talisman is emanating a darkness, and it's definitely affecting you.
I want to ask a question.
Go for it.
And this is going to sound stupid because it means you think I didn't look into it. Don't I have a pocket dimension?
Stuff.
Do I have a pocket dimension? Am I like Loki? That's like, I know my imp comes from wherever he comes from, but I don't have that. Okay. Brad, sorry. I just had to ask. Okay. Anyway, pretend I didn't say anything.
No bad questions. No bad questions.
Pretend I didn't say anything. I'm just killing Shanti up there.
So you guys keep walking, and you guys
I'm first.
The Longhouse.
Yes.
And you open the door, and we've got Venestra who's leading it. You open the door.
Mm-hmm.
Certain people. There's one sort of person off to the left and just sort of casts an eye over and doesn't really pay much attention. Mm-hmm. There's a grouping of people in the middle, but no one doesn't give you much attention.
Mm-hmm.
So then Kira walks in, and then Ivana walks in, and Kelistra walks in, and that person to the left looks over. Who's sitting at the table but Irsk? Sitting in this longhouse.
Where the hell have you been?
Hello, Irsk. Mind your own fucking business.
What a dickhead.
Well, there you are.
Irsk. You look up at her and say, "Oh, there you are." And you say, "And here I am." But that's a story for another time.
Oh.
Ooh.
We got told no.
Spice
So,
it.
how do you approach that reunion?
Yeah, how do you guys approach that?
Yeah. I don't think so. We can't attract attention.
and there's no
Mhm.
bed, and there's no sheets, and there's no dividers. So just be respectful for everybody else in the longhouse.
Y'all can make elf ranger love later in the trees or whatever.
Oh, we're
Moon
not
babies.
together. We're just together. So
Mhm.
Kindred spirits.
I found him. He was smelly and I don't know. Half
Dunk
dead.
him in a stream. He'll be okay.
Well, I'm still
Reborn.
smelly, and I'm sitting in this longhouse.
Well, you
Dunk
should
him in
have
a
taken
stream.
shower on your journey.
I'll find him a stream and dunk him in it.
Anyway, Urshk, in order to find you, we had to go and do a little side task for the devil guy from back at the tavern, and everybody ended up like killing this guy and his wife and his kid, and the bunny died. Remember the bunny? He's dead.
Bizarre is dead.
I
There
feel
was
worse
some
about the bunny
dwarf.
dying.
Huzzah.
There was some drunken dwarf that was at the tavern that morning that you disappeared, and I don't know where he went, but he chopped off his arm. Now we have this cursed talisman that Kira's like killing herself over.
Pretty
So-
much.
I still have this brand upon my chest that has that given me any feeling? I don't know, like a
Like, is
compass.
it itchy because it's
Yeah, like
healing?
this guy's around. Do I feel it?
Is it a scab?
From the talisman, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, that it was burned. No, the brand that I received on the chest from
No.
the devil guy. No, all right. Just a question there.
Am I able to heal that? Can I lay my hands on it and heal him?
I'm okay. I'm not terribly bad.
If you're looking to heal someone, your party is pretty bad shape.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm
I'm
at a
also-
3.
I'm trying to help.
We've got Kalisha over there. That's now I can cure some wounds. Kira looks to be in bad shape.
Nice.
Kira is some
Y'all
need of
look pretty
something.
motley here. Are we
Nice.
all okay?
I think we're a little battle worn, but I think Kira has the worst of it, if I'm thinking correctly. But like I
Kira's
said,
at a
Yeah.
2 and I'm
Kira-
at a 3.
Especially after that last sort of moment you saw her stumble while you guys were coming into the longhouse, she looks pretty bad. So, what spell are you using, Irsk?
I have a cure wounds cast.
Do you have a die roll on your character
Yeah,
sheet?
it's a D8 -1.
Okay.
So let's roll that away. And I received a 5, so it's a 4.
Okay, so Kira, at this point, what you would do is you're probably at 2 hit points right now. You would add 4 to your hit points. Now, do you have the app in front of you, or do you have a sheet of paper? Doesn't matter what you have.
Because if I go to the app, that means I leave the game again.
I got you. So why don't you
I'll
just
crack it down.
give a piece of paper, just scrap piece of paper,
Right?
and just write down 6 at this point, 6 hit points or 6 HP. And that's as simple as it can be. Just like doesn't have to be formal. Just as long as you guys are keeping an eye on your character and because it's for the DM, it's a long sort of list of things to keep control of. So that's a great way of doing that. So as you guys are sitting down, and obviously you've found Irsk. He's here for some reason. He's not really quite divulging why he's here. Maybe he doesn't realize why he's here. Maybe he doesn't realize why I haven't spoken to him about it. So that's beyond that. You guys are sitting at his table, and you guys immediately sort of melt into the sort of the vibe of the entire longhouse. And you notice that the kobold that was sort of at the cooking station near the hearth is walking towards you. He's got like a little little serving not shelf, but a little what do you call those?
Tray? Is he carrying a tray? Is he carrying a damn tray?
Cheers.
DMs have to know big words like tray.
Go home, Charles. You're drunk.
That's a syllable, okay?
Do they not have those in Canada, Charles?
What's a fancy word for tray?
They have ice.
Tray.
So he's coming up
He's
towards you guys.
kind of wooden
He's got his tray, and he looks at all of you, and he looks at and he says, "Can I offer you some food or some beverage?"
I would say we need such things, don't y'all think?
Uh-huh.
It was poisoned.
I need a cath refill. So
Mm-hmm. And how, pray tell, would you be paying for these things?
I've got some gold. What do you say around for my friends? I've got 20 pieces.
For all of them, around? Are we talking just drinks, or are we talking food as well?
Let's start with some drinks.
10 gold pieces, please.
I have no damn idea how much gold I have, which is bad. Sorry.
That's okay. That's one of the things you guys can start to look at. It's one of those
I will make
fundamental
note.
little
Okay.
pieces.
How much money if I live after this week? Got it.
Yep. So fine, so you pay him 10 gold, and he brings back whatever you guys want to drink. And you guys spend the next few minutes downloading to Irsk what has happened, what you guys have. And Irsk, after you hear the story about the talisman, what is your feeling about that?
I'm not really happy about any of this. My nature, I don't like being in debt. I don't like owing anyone. So this whole bargain has me pretty upset to begin with. Do we know where we can get rid of this talisman? Because the quicker we can rid ourselves of this devil, the better off we are.
yes, we are supposed to bring the talisman back to the tavern, and the tavern keep was going to take it and tell me where you were.
But now that we know where Earth is, do we have to go back to the tavern?
Do you really want to see what happens to us if we didn't pay our debt?
Well, what you need to think about at this point is that the talisman is in your possession, but the entire Tempest Bay is looking for the fugitives, of which you are all, and that talisman will be confiscated because you have it in your possession.
We don't want to run into anybody, unless it's who we want to run into.
Exactly. So you've got a bit of a quandary at this point. Is that you need to deliver it to the tavern owner, but you can't get into Tempest Bay and the Red 5 Tavern without massive complications.
Right.
There's no
Kira's
hidden,
got a
like,
point.
there's no hidden places or like alleyways to get through underneath.
Not that you know of. No, he provided nothing to you.
And the talisman is not magical and won't go to let's go.
Nope.
What kind of talisman is this?
So as you guys are talking amongst yourselves, the kobold returns with the drinks. And you all get your drinks, and you all actually add 2 hit points to your level, to your current hit point roster, because you've got some liquid, you've got some healing, liquids inside of you, so you can all add 2 points to your hit points.
So if that means if I go from a 6 that now I'm at an 8.
Now you're at 8. Yes, correct. Yep. Simple things like that. Food, liquid. I mean, alcohol is one thing.
Okay.
But I'll give you the 2 points of hit points. But water.
I made a notation. Then I
Yeah.
added 2 points in the date. I did it just because
Fantastic.
I know where I came
Great.
from.
I
So-
would like to ask the little waiter dude if he has any books on cursed talisman in this house.
He looks at you very, very questioningly and says, "Why would you ask such a question in such a place? That is very, very curious, and I've heard that question asked before."
Well, oh damn.
I
not-
just needed some light reading to calm my nerves.
You may want to keep that light reading to yourself in this place. But I can tell that amongst your party, that not only have you found an ally who happened to be here, but many of you have quite a bit of healing to do, but also some need for gold, because you look quite at a loss for perhaps some sort of payment or challenge that you have yet to finish, perhaps an adventure, perhaps a bounty that you're still fulfilling. Because our patrons here come here for anonymity. If I'm overstepping myself, I'll kindly back away, but my brother Crack mentioned several characters leaving the Red 5 Tavern not 2 days ago.
Crack is
And
your
number
brother?
-1 seems to fit your makeup. And if I'm not on the right path, I will back away and leave you to your night.
We're stuck outside. We can't get in. We're under lockdown. And I'm spending about the last bit of my gold on a round to keep us warm right now. I think the best thing we can do is fill our pockets.
Wow.
It'll help.
You've come to the right place. And now, we introduce, as part of the Devil's Bargain, Tales from the Bounty Board. And this will launch now for the next few weeks, where you guys will be going on little adventures that will be one-shots, little side quests that will give you what you need to get back on track with the main campaign. So, Kark, as he's known, as opposed to his brother Crack, brings to you a proposition. We have many adventures that you all can follow that are bounty driven, that we've had adventurers such as yourself, or owners such as yourselves, or people of influence that the guard from Tempest Bay refuses to acknowledge, or the champions from Tempest Bay that refuse to lower themselves to. Yet these side quests are of great impact to the locals and to the people who do the work. And if you so choose, we have many quests that you can follow that will not only pay you a basic stipend, but whatever you find in these adventures are part of your bounty and you keep for yourselves. And if you wish, you can follow me and I will show you some of these bounties and you can choose from them. And by agreeing to do these, I will give you an advancement on some beds, on some minor healing potions that will set you off properly into this adventure and reset some of the obvious damages that you probably have taken in the past adventure or so.
Well, it seems like, Kalisha, you're on your need to tell everyone what we're doing because you ask the most forward questions to the most strangers of strangers. Once again, has found us something good.
And you will remain quiet about this, correct?
Me?
No, not you. We know you can't.
This is all
Waiter,
discreet.
discreet waiter. We will have your discretion, correct?
My name is Kark, very similar to Crack.
He's from
Okay,
Bob.
Crack.
How do
We
they
have
pronounce
your discretion.
I will be your guide within these bounties because it serves not only my purpose, but the small encampment of which Tempest Bay refuses to acknowledge, yet we provide quite a bit of sustenance and support with the main embattlement. I would be more than happy to take this into account and keep any of your adventures secret.
I will hold you to that.
Hold me well.
I trust him. If he's anything like his brother Crack was really nice. He did us a solid back at the tavern. So
My brother
I'm
is
willing to give.
my brother is part
willing-
of our clan, and one of the parts of the first bounty would be of great service to my brother and mine's clan, would endear me, and in fact indebt me to your group, and further endear me to your success and further endeavors. So
I think that solves everything that we really needed to know. I think we should do this.
I thank you, Kark.
I think
feel
we have no choice.
To do this too. My issue is that I'm holding something that I need to get out of my hands or stashed away, or it needs to somehow go into a satchel so I can fully do these.
okay, can you roll a 20 die 20 for perception, please?
Why did I have to open up my big mouth?
Well, because Kira, you got to get rid of that soul sucking thing you're carrying, so we got to do something with it.
You don't want to tell him.
He don't hear anything I'm saying. If he does, I'll just slash his throat.
13. Oh, wait, perception? Wait, okay, so I have to make sure this is correct. Perception, and then I add my perception number 2. Is that correct?
Correct. What is it?
I do believe it says 10. I hope I'm right, and I hope that means I was right. That's
Well,
what
you should have a plus modifier to your
Plus or
perception.
minus, yeah.
I can't remember. I don't have that on there. So I guess I'm at a 13.
Well, let me roll for. Yeah.
I'm just a fair person.
Well, I rolled a
Honestly, Nicole, I copied mine off the app, honey. That's where I got mine. I copied it on.
That's what I did. I was like,
Whatever you
I
got.
copied it all. I copied it on my character
Nice.
sheet because otherwise I wouldn't have known what I had.
right, that's what I did.
I rolled an opposite perception, and I rolled a 2. So your feeling is that even if you had this talisman in a satchel, it would mean nothing. You are holding the satchel. You will suffer the damage, and you feel that you need to pass off this bane to someone else because it is damaging you, and you take another 2 damage, by the way. So you're now down to 4.
Okay, who can I hand this off to that's not our group to kill? Thank you.
Hey, Clark, do you have somewhere to
That
store
means I go
some
back to
magical items?
6, correct? Sorry. That
What's
means
that?
I go back to 6. That means I go back
You
to
had
the
6,
6.
now you go back to 4. Well, you had 6. You had 8. That's right. You had 8.
Right. Yeah, back
So
to
whatever you were at, -2. There you go.
Yeah, can Kark
All right,
stash
so
it for us?
what villain is around me so I can hand this mother off because not of the current people because it needs to get out of my
Hand this
hands.
MFR off to somebody, damn it.
hot potato, bitch.
Yeah, exactly, Ursh.
So-
It's essentially hot potato. Who in the area is not looking good and time to hand off?
I would like to tell Kira the last time we all tried to take a turn touching this talisman, we either got severely damaged or dead. So maybe instead of handing it off, we should look for a safe, or maybe Kark has,
He's given
like
us some beds
floorboards
and
or
some
something that
some
are, like,
potions
empty
and
underneath it.
maybe a magical box.
Is there a
Yeah,
damn
maybe a
brick I can
magic
put this damn thing
box.
behind? A
Brick,
brick?
that works.
A damn brick wall.
We can
Maybe
leave it in the mattress.
a secret
Got the
hiding room.
So you ask Kark for some help, like. So what do you do? Like you call him over and say, "Hey, take a look at this," and this bloodied hand holding a talisman.
Mark, who is the person you least don't like? Who shall we hand it off to? Or do you have a magic box? But if
Is
there's
that
a villain,
dead dwarf's hand holding a talisman with rabbit fur all over it?
Or died, but
It was a good night.
have his hand.
So he
We
looks
do
at this thing, held in a bed sheet, and he looked at it and says, "I have no desire to have anything to do with this. But this
but I have to get rid of it.
this talisman is pure evil.
I know.
There's
I
no-
want to get rid of it.
It's pure evil. I will have nothing to do with this. What are you holding?
right.
You're holding up your hand, Ivana?
And I'll take it.
I bet you will.
I will.
Ooh. Okay.
Hmm.
So she just volunteered. Ivana just volunteered herself to hold it.
Eh,
All right.
why don't you fuck
Let's see what happens.
Okay. Maybe
Okay.
take it in the seat, Ivana.
I know what's going on, so I'm just gonna take
I
it.
prefer to give it to somebody that we don't know and let them die.
Put it
Just
in
saying.
somebody's wizard's
Or
sleeve.
again, take a knife and put it right into a mattress. Let's go.
I'd be happy to die. Throw it in the fire. See what it does.
Yeah, let's do that. Fire. Throw it right into the heart.
Fire.
People have nice fireworks.
Yeah.
So you hand off the talisman.
Charles is dying. Charles is dying.
Here, I think we should throw it into a fire and give it to the to
He's
somebody
like,
else.
good God.
That
We need to do a D&D for beginners and a D&D for the experts.
but Ivana's thinking about taking it, but
She's taking it. She's taking
Oh,
it from you.
Well, she's taking it.
Taking
She's
it.
taking it.
Ivana took the talisman.
Well, she just
I
volunteered.
said throw it in the fire or hand it off to somebody else we don't like, or throw it into a mattress and cut that sucker open and let's
Give
go.
it to me. I got sleight of hand.
Kira
Exactly.
can no longer hold it.
Right. So it's
Ivana,
clear that
you can
Kira is-
hold it and
Yeah,
not
she
die.
takes another 2 shots. She's done. So we need to figure this out.
I
So
don't even know what my
So-
status
Hand off
is medically,
the
'cause I was
talisman,
only here for the
Vanessa.
first episode.
Can my imp take it?
I think we tried that last time, didn't
No, because he's kind of like an action. So
Yeah,
Hmm.
well, I'm just trying to be helpful. I mean,
Well, we
not
really
really,
like
because
that.
but I don't care because anyway. Yeah, can he take it?
well, he could, but right now Ivana's holding it, and she seems 100% fine with it.
Okay, Ivana.
Okay.
Take that
So, for the time being-
talisman, girl.
You know, in a few hours she may take damage or not, but we'll see. We'll see how that goes. So you pass that off, and Kark comes back and says to you all, the first bounty that I have for you to challenge is Kornag's Horde. This is one of the oldest bounties that we've had here. Kornag is looks like an orc, and he has a horde of kobolds at his discretion. And they have been raiding not only our encampment, but encampments surrounding the area. But of course, Tempest Bay, with its large walls and guards, pay little heed to these types of raids. But it certainly affects all of us locally.
Hmm.
So this would be
I
the
have a
first bounty.
score to settle with orcs.
Ooh.
Mhm.
Well, this is perfect for you because
Right.
at night, the kobolds typically are sent out on their raids. So if you guys attack at night, you'll likely have less chance of encountering larger numbers within their home base. So I would suggest that as your starting point. However, looking at not only your current health and your bedraggled party members, of which I bring you 3 potions of healing, and he places 3 bottles on your table. And these potions of healing will cure 1 die 20 of healing, which I'll roll, and you guys need to figure out who's going to get them. So he's got 3 potions of healing immediately. And then he says, I also suggest perhaps bringing on another member of your party because you seem to be lacking in a certain area. And I have a perfect candidate to offer you. And he points over to this person called Edgar. And why don't you describe yourself, Edgar?
All right, so you guys all sitting there. You see a man in his probably late 30s. He's sitting by himself. He's kind of looking around the place. He's got long black hair, very light skin. He's got a dark goatee as well. He's dressed in all black. He's got a long leather jacket on, almost like a trench coat. And he appears to be fiddling with something in his hand. You can't quite see what it is, probably from where you guys are. But he has looked over at you guys a number of times curiously.
And you get the sense that because Kark is interacting with you more than anybody else in this longhouse, that Edgar sees this as a positive note, that he is sort of endorsed by Kark and receptive to this grouping. So with you guys, first of all, you have 3 potions in front of you.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask you all again your hit points. Obviously, Kira is the least healthy of you all, but according
Actually,
to what
I
I see
am.
in the app, was that?
Kira's down to 6,
Mhm.
and I only have 5.
Well,
Wow.
I don't know what hit points I took last time because my internet fizzled, so I have no idea. So I'm still at full hit points.
Okay.
Vanessa didn't take much. She probably took less than 10, I would say, total.
So do we
So
want
we've got-
to, Brad, do we just want to like average it out so I can take some for fairness?
I would say at this,
What's
at this point,
what's
I
your
would
total
say-
HP?
My total, like, I start off with 21 hit points. Now, if you give me the plus 2, I'm at 23, but I should take some for the battle that I wasn't aware of. That
I mean,
my stuff doesn't go.
DM, I would say that she's probably close to full health. I don't, by
agree
this time
too,
and with the healing that she got earlier, I would just probably assume Vanessa to be at full health.
Okay. So at this point, it would be Kira and Kalisha who would take
Ivana, where are you at with hit points?
She should be at max as well.
Max.
Yeah, Ivana wasn't with
well,
us in the
Yeah,
comment.
I'm at
21 or
18 of
21.
19, so I would say Kalisha and Kira definitely getting 2 of the 3.
Here.
Okay, I'm going to roll for Kira right now. 1 die 20.
Okay.
17.
Nice.
So add 17 to your hit point total. And if it reaches your maximum, you're at maximum.
So 6 plus 17.
Yeah.
Yep. Kalisha, you're at 12. So add 12 to your hit point total.
Better than nothing.
Can we cork this third one?
The third potion is unused completely. So this is for you guys to keep.
We can take it with us.
Yes. And this is a down payment for your quest.
Okay.
Gotcha.
So after you guys heal yourself, how do you approach Edgar, who's been suggested to you by Kark?
I am very wary about Edgar. I don't do warlocks. So
You wouldn't know he's a warlock.
Yeah,
Right.
he's a humanoid.
Oh. Okay, my
Well-
intuition tells me that I shouldn't get too close to him right now.
I
Okay.
don't get too close to anyone.
I
So
trust
he is
you.
no more important or less important than anyone else to me. But orcs,
I think
They're
he's a means to an end.
pestilence on society.
Highly so.
Urs,
I
what do you-
think he's a means to an end. And that I think we should take him on. We're in desperate need of gold. We've already been paid. Kira, Kalisha, you've received some of that payment. I think we asked if he wants to join us on this quest to
Oh, yes,
take an
you're
orc
right,
down.
You're right. All right. All right.
So who
DM,
approaches-
can I
Yep.
roll for perception?
Absolutely.
See what I notice.
Yeah, just a second. Okay, go for it. Oh,
got a
you get it.
17.
What are you trying to do?
So I've noticed from across the room. I saw them come into the longhouse, and then I obviously, Clark's been talking to him this entire time. He's made motions over to me, and they keep huddling up and then looking back over me and huddling up again, which I find pretty amusing. So I'm just going to take it upon myself to get up from my table and slowly make my way over to where they're sitting and say, "My God, you all stink."
Just like in high school.
Ersk smells the worst.
Freaking millennials.
I smell like the forest. Eat shit.
So here's Edgar, who just
Oh, I like you.
proclaimed
Yeah.
this.
You should.
I'm sorry. Perhaps I shouldn't have walked up that way. Would you mind if I maybe bought you another round of drinks?
Wow.
I'd like to know more about you.
I'll take a drink.
Well, how about if we discuss me over a drink?
I'll take another one, but I promise nothing.
Just some.
Might I have a seat while we discuss?
Yes.
Yes.
Edgar, what is your story, Edgar?
So Edgar sits down with you guys. He looks over to where the food and drinks are over on I believe we call it a tray these days. He sees that there is a. You're not going to live that one down, Charles.
I'm not gonna- it's my new Abadala.
Trey.
That'll be the next new character. Trey.
Edgar sees that there's a pitcher of drink that you guys have been using, and he makes a motion with his right hand. And as you look at his hand, you see like a dark shadow start to emerge from his hand. It doesn't really match what the lights are doing in the house, but a black shadow starts emerging from his hand, and you see a dark, shadowy hand move from his hand, and it travels across the room, and it actually grabs the pitcher and brings it over to the table, and with his hands proceeds to pour drinks for everybody. And then it gently sits down the pitcher on the table, and he just motions over to Kark. Kark, all these drinks will be on me. And the shadow kind of returns to his hand, and Edgar looks at all of you now.
Oh.
Not that hand. Not that hand. That's creepy.
A rich
really
show
disturbing.
off. A rich show off. Isn't that nice? Yeah.
That dwarf hand's supposed to be in a sheet.
Who the fuck said for Frodo in the chat? For Frodo.
So there's guards, and
Put
there's
that back in a sheet.
there are constables, and there are horses, and there are patrols, and yet you 5 walk in at this time of night. What could you possibly be up to?
Our business is our own.
That's right.
And none of yours.
Well, according to my little friend over there, we might have mutual business.
Would we now?
Thou art
Well, then what would it be then, since you are so much in the know of our business, supposedly?
Well, I happen to be in the profession of acquiring things, but sometimes making things disappear, including people if necessary. And there seems to be a whole lot of work lately up on the board. So if Kark has interested you in some of that employment, I would love to join you.
Okay.
So at this point, Kark returns with the second round of drinks, but also since Edgar had said it was on his tab, he also brings food, which also increases his investment in this dining experience. However, you realize that all of you, aside from Edgar, are extremely hungry, especially after the last battle. And he brings an assortment of barbecued meats. Who knows what they are, but they look absolutely succulent. And you guys partake immediately, and you each get 3 hit points additional to your hit point total with the liquid, and also especially with the food. And looks at Edgar and says 15 gold pieces, please.
As always, reaches into his pouch and hands the 15 gold pieces to Kark. Thank you, my friend.
So excuse me. You said you make people disappear.
When the time comes.
Do they have to be alive?
My dear, they can be dead, alive. It doesn't matter. They'll disappear just the same.
Interesting.
Do you really want to go back?
All
That
right,
interests
so
me.
let's fill Edgar in on this little task we have, and let's see what he thinks. We're gonna bring him into this party. We've got to take out this orc. We need to do this at night.
Do you think we can trust him with the whole story, Ersk?
I never trust anyone.
I'm not saying anything about telling him about the talisman. As of right now, nothing's going on. It's hidden away. Benestra has it, so there's no reason to tell Edgar about it.
Ivana has it.
Ivana has it.
This
Ivana
is
has
we're
this
hiding.
is a need to know mission, and then until he needs to know anything.
And you guys are simply together because of Kark's suggestion for this quest. Is nothing about anything else but this quest. So he's coming in here with that knowledge that it's just a bounty at this point.
All right. Edgar, we've got some orcs outside. We gotta get rid of them. We're trying to get to the tavern in town, the Red5 Tavern, and we're not going to be able to do it with those orcs outside. Do you think we might be able to work together on this?
At this point, by the way, just to let you know that Edgar would know of this bounty because it's been on the board for a while.
Okay.
And there's no way that he could do this alone. So the bounty itself is a known quantity and up on the board for a while because it requires a large number of people.
I see Kark is still trying to fulfill that bounty, and he smiles at you as you mentioned the Red5 Tavern, but anybody who frequents the Red5 Tavern is a friend of mine. You must be good people. Your obvious paranoia aside.
Paranoia.
Especially my little wood elf friend here. You're a quirky little one, aren't you?
Paranoia, you say? Oh, aren't you
awfully paranoid for somebody who's bought you drinks, food? I'm just looking for a little fun.
Everyone has an ulterior motive.
Well, that makes it interesting, doesn't it?
Yes. And that doesn't make me paranoid. It makes me wise, kept me alive.
That's fair. So, orcs are disgusting creatures, if you ask
me. Vermin.
And I believe I've heard that he surrounds himself with kobolds, is what I've heard, and I believe what the bounty board says. I don't think this would be a problem for any of us. I see that you seem to be experienced. You seem to be smart and cunning. So I believe we can do this without a problem, and we'll split the profits, and maybe you'll let me join you for further adventures, and perhaps we'll go our separate ways. But let's get this bounty done. Let's get paid, and let's get you guys looking a little better, shall we?
Thank you, Edgar. And Kark, I'd like to thank you for your hospitality. That barbecued meat stuff was good. So.
Well, my pleasure. However, the market.
Oh, such good manners y'all have.
So, I would also offer you.
It's barbecued meat, not Soylent Green, Ersk.
I will also offer you all caught at the end of the longhouse for the night. Because as I suggested, it's about a day's travel to get to the cavern. And you could use the rest of your health and your betterment. I will give you At the end of the longhouse, each of you will have a cot, and you can depart in the morning, or you can choose to visit one of the little houses onto the side of the longhouse to look at your equipment list to see if you think that you may need something to aid you in this quest. But I'll leave that to you. And the beds are yours at whenever you want them. So at this point, it's about 2 o'clock in the morning, and you guys are now full of drink, full of food, and are feeling pretty much the best you've felt since you left that prison escape with that phenomenal halfling leadership that you guys all remember fondly. But at this point, you guys can take a nap.
Okay there, what else?
You guys can take a nap.
Fine. I
And,
had a frog in my throat, literally.
and sleep until daybreak. And by that point, all of you will be at full health.
Yep.
I don't nap, but I do meditate. So.
It's going to take a day's journey to get to where we need to go, and we need to attack at night. So leaving first thing in the morning makes sense.
Okay. I am with Kalisha. I only need a certain amount of time. I need a quiet space.
I don't think we can get too picky here, Vanestra.
It's pretty quiet. 2 o'clock in the morning. This longhouse is quite. You guys are by far
Speak
the loudest.
for yourself, Kalisha.
Clark makes a mean breakfast as well, so I recommend you all stay the night.
Yeah, I stay with sleep.
My bugbear omelet is to die for.
I guess the general consensus we're gonna take the rest.
Yeah,
I agree with that.
Good. Okay. I will acquiesce.
So you guys sleep, and nothing happens overnight. All of your equipment, everything that you guys have on you, including the talisman that's under Ivana's bed, is untouched. And you guys wake rested, full of health. And you guys are actually wakened by sort of the bustling of Kark's and one of his underlings' preparations for breakfast. So you guys definitely are before sunrise. So you slept a few hours, maybe 4 hours tops, but at a good time. So you, as Ersk mentioned, that leaving at first light would be the best to arrive at the caverns at night. Given that you guys now have 2 new members of your party, how do you want to approach your equipment list? Are you guys ready to just march off and head to this cavern?
I don't believe I'm ready yet for that. I only have a scimitar, a shield, and my light leather armor. So I also don't have any gold to buy anything.
God knows I don't know what I have. I don't.
Kind of critical, isn't it?
Huh.
Yeah.
I think I have some daggers. Sorry.
Okay.
Quarterstaff. I have a quarterstaff.
Quarterstaff, that's good. You guys have your weapons, all right?
Yep, I've got weapons.
But Elf needs to take a potty break, so
Go for it.
Take a short rest, Elf.
So y'all can just sit there and do this while I go to the tavern
Go to the
outhouse.
toilet. Go ahead.
Not the longhouse, but the outhouse. Gotcha.
gotta use the water closet.
There's a tree out back.
I was gonna
So
say.
I'm gonna reach into the trench coat, and I have a small crossbow. Kalisha, we got off to a rough start. Perhaps you would like my crossbow to use for this endeavor.
Wow.
I would really, really appreciate that.
All right, so I'm going to give her the my crossbow along with 20 bolts to use for this.
Wow. So ideally, you'd add that to your character inventory, but it can be paper or whatever. But you can do that after. But that's fantastic. Wow.
Yeah, I
Wonderful. Okay.
I have a longbow and a long sword.
You should be good.
Yeah, I've got 2 short swords and a longbow,
Nice.
so I'm good.
So as a DM, favor, I would say to you at this point, that you guys know that you're going into a cavern. You're going against kobolds who have night vision or dark vision. They don't need to operate in light. Neither do orcs to a certain degree. So knowing the environment you're going into, taking advantage of a stopping point to equip yourself with things that could help you within the attack or within the besiegement of this area. What would you guys think that you'd like to go into? So we already know that Kira, Venestra, and Kilisha have dark vision. Ivana does
I have
not.
dark vision as well.
Okay.
Oh,
Edgar?
very useful.
I have dark vision as well.
Okay.
Why would
So-
I have dark vision?
You guys are pretty much set, and you probably could assist with Ivana, but she would be at a disadvantage in a dark, completely dark environment. It's not guaranteed it's going to be completely dark, but it's up to you how you want to approach that.
Where do you look to see if you have dark vision? I want to make sure I checked all the.
It's
ratings.
under your senses.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
don't have it.
No, I don't have. Okay, that's what I thought.
Let's see.
So as you guys are rousing, Kark approaches you and says, "Good morning, adventurers. Glad to see that you've taken my offer of sleep, and that you've also come to an agreement with Edgar, who I think is a very capable member of your team.
Mm-hmm.
And I'd also suggest that you perhaps look at your equipment list before you head out soon. But if you think you feel you're ready to go, I've prepared some traveling foods, again, for a cost. And by the looks of you, I would assume this would be under Edgar's provisions. But this would get you off quicker than taking a meal in the hall. So he offers you guys rations, basic rations, to head out.
Yes.
I actually do have some torches in
Ooh,
my
nice.
inventory. So who doesn't have dark vision? We've got Ivana and Kira.
No, I'm the only one who doesn't have dark
She's got
vision.
that.
Oh,
Yeah.
just
Elves
Ivana.
have dark vision.
All right. So yeah. Duh.
I'm the only one.
So I'm gonna give a couple torches to Ivana
Nice.
out of
Cool.
mine. I have yes, so I can remove a couple.
Yeah,
I'll give
two
two.
crowns for-
So instead of the torches, Ivana, do you have what equipment do you have on you?
equipment. I don't know how to read.
Yeah, I know you ain't gonna show me your phone like I can see any damn thing. On your phone.
Inventory.
Yeah.
You scroll through. What does it say?
Okay, good.
No one can see
Oh,
that.
good.
I can't read any of that.
If there's
It says
nothing in your inventory,
dagger 1 pound, but it doesn't say any kind of quantity next to it. So I'm assuming I got nothing.
What weapons do you have?
No.
If you go into your inventory, hit all.
You have daggers, right?
Yes, I think. Inventory. Is there supposed to be something next to like where it says quantity? I just have dashes, so I can't tell if I have a dagger or not.
Well, you can also see it for like your attack. For your attacks, it'll tell you what weapons you have.
I have. Yeah, all I have is daggers. That's all I got. I got nothing.
All right, Ivana, if you would hand me one of your daggers, please.
Sure.
All right, so I take the dagger and do a little cantrip, and then you see your dagger light up. So I casted light on your dagger, and I hand it back to you. So now there's around a 20-foot radius. You have light emanating from your dagger.
Nice.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Oh, we just got a
Pretty nifty.
in the chat. We have our first.
Oh no!
Hey, the Russians.
Oh, look at that. Yeah.
I don't have a magical wrench in this realm.
This is why we need to get this orc.
Whoa.
He's responsible for this bullshit.
If
Just-
I am correct,
I want to vet this. Give me a second. Just kidding.
I thought we were told no this morning.
Shit, baby.
Oh, that's true. I did say that.
Man, we were duped. Well,
I
okay,
recommend
Legion,
it's not
might
good.
as well now. Have fun.
I don't have wrenches in this realm.
Where's Ro? Doesn't he have? No, he doesn't either.
Yeah, he
It's
cleared
gone.
that. Someone
Yeah,
cleared
he's
that.
All
got it.
Gone.
He got it. He got
Yeah,
it.
he was in charge of
Bro,
Russian.
the
bots.
magical
Damn porn
MC.
bots.
Thank you, good sir.
Rose got a huge wrench. Okay, so do you
No.
do you guys well, Edgar, do you wish to purchase the rations for the group?
Yes, I have enough funds right now. We can get rations. Also, I know this area very well, so I'll be able to get us safely out of this and avoid all the patrols till we can get on our way towards the orc.
Very nice.
Thank you.
So you guys get your rations. You guys travel towards the cavern throughout the day without incident. You pass a few wood creatures that pose no threat to you, and therefore you guys pose no threat to it. And by dusk, you come upon this sort of rocky crag with a very evident darkened opening that leads downwards. And at this point, you realize, according to the map that Kark had given you, this is the exact spot where this Kobold Horde and Kornag's Horde emanate from. But it's dusk. It's not dark yet. So what do you do?
I would like to ask if there is any place that we could crouch for just a little bit. Take a look at what we're dealing with.
Mhm.
Maybe.
Yeah, Edgar definitely led you down that road. You guys are basically behind sort of an embankment of a few sort of large boulders that are coming out of the ground with bush cover. You guys are very well situated for a viewpoint of the entrance, but also being very sort of hidden from that unless someone was directly looking at you.
How far away are the kobolds?
Well, you don't see anything except the entrance, but you see the entrance about 65 to 70 feet away from you.
Okay.
Is there anybody or any creatures going in or coming out of the caverns that we can see?
Would you roll a perception?
Sure will. We got 17, 18.
So you look and you squint and you see some movement at the very sort of base of the entrance, and it gives you a feeling that there's definitely sort of an incline or sort of decline into this area. So you sort of see the tops of what you recognize as kobolds, and there's not just one, but there's several, and they're sort of amassing at the exit. But it's hard to define a number, but you can definitely tell that they're getting ready to exit.
Can we hear them talking?
You hear nothing. Well, actually, roll a perception. We'll see. Do you understand kobold language?
I don't think I do, but I will check really fast. Let's see. Where's my languages? Deep speech.
I can speak Draconic, so I'm no use here.
Well, thanks for that one, Urs. I mean,
I'd let you know
we really
before
need to know
anybody
one.
asks me.
I mean,
Not only does he smell, he doesn't understand anything. That's awesome.
While everybody's kind of checking out the caverns, the entrance there, I'd like to have a side conversation with Ivana.
Okay.
So, what would you say you bring to this party? What are your specialties?
Deception.
And it's at this moment that you realize, Ivana, that
Mm-hmm.
the talisman has not rendered any damage to you at all.
Mm-mm. I wonder why.
You special.
What sorts of deception do you specialize in?
None of your business.
So while these two are talking, the rest of you
Mhm.
notice that there's sort of movement at the entrance of the cave and sort of an exodus from the cave itself. And while you guys are well hidden, it may be a good time to hide yourself even better.
If you don't mind, I'd like to go have a closer look. I'm going to walk around, and as you guys see me, there's a tree. I go around the tree, and as I come out the other side of the tree, you see a kobold walking where I was walking a second ago. And I've casted Disguise Self, and I've made myself into a kobold.
Oh,
So another changeling in our group.
he casted a spell.
So I'm going to go down, Charles. I'm going to go down, and I'm going to try to get as close as I can to the kobold, see if I can check out and get any other information down there.
All right. So you move down forward towards the entrance, and basically side by side, they're marching out almost in a sort of soldier formation. And they cast a look at you and sort of disgust, but also jealousy that you're not one of the ones walking out in this new little raid party they're going on. They have rudimentary weapons. They have spears. Some of them have a couple of short swords and leather armor. Some of them have no armor at all, just very ragged cloth. And after about 15 to 20 of them, you see it slow down, and the last of the column leaves, heads off to the east away from your position, and you're standing basically at the entrance of the cave. Do you speak or understand Kobold?
No. So I would just hear a bunch of grunts and stuff. I have no idea what they're saying.
Oh boy.
So you're standing at the entrance, and then you look down, and there's two guards or centurions, you would say, look up at you and sort of bark at you, and sort of are expecting a response from you.
All right. I am going to, I have at will, I have minor illusion. So I see that I've gotten their attention. I'm going to cast minor illusion, and I'm going to make it look like there's a small displacer beast right behind them, making some growling noises.
Okay. A second.
Enough for me to run my happy ass out of there.
Okay, so one of the kobolds looks up at you and is completely disinterested by this little thing that you're trying to do, and is sort of looking at you questioningly. The other one looks back, drops his weapons, and leaves and just runs further into the cavern, completely terrified, literally pissing his pants, scared.
Ah, not cleaning that up.
That's what happens when you roll a natural one saving throw. So the one that wasn't very convinced, sort of looks at you, looks at the other guy taking off, and is sort of questioning you, and he sort of starts the motion towards you.
All right, I'm gonna.
And he barks at you again, like sort of just gobbledygook to you. But he is drawing a weapon. He's got a short sword.
Oh, okay.
Like it's
So,
You got a short sword.
is he holding anything?
Just a short sword, and he's got a wooden shield.
All right. So I'm gonna get another cantrip that I can use here to try to throw him off. I'm gonna cast thaumaturgy. on him, and I can cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute. So I'm gonna just act stupid because kobolds are not that bright, as far as I know. But at the same time, I'm gonna cast that, and it makes the ground around us shake. And then I'm gonna pretend to get scared from the tremors, and I'm gonna try to run back towards where the rest of the party is.
Is there an area of effect on that one?
It just says you cause harmless tremors in the ground for 1 minute.
Okay. I'll roll a saving throw against him for perception. Wow. Okay. So you cast this spell. You see, you guys, from your perspective, you see Edgar just doing all these incantations and things going on. And he finally, this last one he does, and you all feel this sort of like shaking in the ground. And then the kobold that you guys sort of half saw his torso coming up out of the entrance looks around, is dumbfounded, and runs back down into the cavern, completely clearing Edgar and his path right now to probably hightail it back to you guys. But yes, both kobolds are now further deep into the caverns.
What's Charles laughing?
He can't because we're ridiculous. Because we're ridiculous. We are so ridiculous. He can't even hold it.
That's what makes it awesome.
All right, so I'm gonna run back to the party, and same thing as I get closer, I drop disguise at will,
Nice.
and go back to my normal form.
Better
Nice.
than your pants.
And let the party know.
Yeah, neat trick, Edgar. What do we see?
Well, kobolds, as always, are stupid, and we saw some columns. I saw some columns leaving. A couple of those idiots ran back into the cave. But I think we should proceed into the caverns.
I think it's time.
At this point, it's night, and now, as you all witnessed, the column has left, so the raiding parties are out. And according to Kark, now should be the best time to infiltrate this embattlement, and hopefully the numbers are within reason with you guys can take care of. So you know, of course, of 2 so far, kobolds within the caverns. But
Right.
So do you guys proceed to the entrance? Okay.
Yes.
So you walk up the
Yes.
entrance, and what's your marching order? Are we still looking at Ivana sort of in the middle because everyone else has dark vision?
Well, now most of us have it, so
Yeah, I'm gonna.
Ivana, so
Yeah, that spell, the light spell, would have ended a little while ago. Actually, a while ago. I'd say let's not recast that because we don't bring any light to the party.
Nice.
So let's just put Ivana
yeah,
directly in the
enough.
middle of the party again.
Yeah, enough of us can see that we can direct her.
So you guys come up to the entrance of the cavern, and it's sort of definitely a slow grade downwards. And where Edgar had seen the 2 kobolds, they are no longer there. And you come to sort of a splitting point, and you can go either left or right.
Can we see what's in either direction? Like,
Is it dark? Is it light?
I'm not comfortable just picking a direction at random.
Well, you look both ways, and to the right, you don't see anything. Who's leading the column? Who's in the who's in front?
Isn't it Venestra? Or did we change the order?
Guess it's me.
Yep.
So you look to the right, you see nothing, and then you look to the left. And can you roll a perception, Venestra?
With the 20?
Yes, please. And you have dark vision, of course.
I do, and 18. Shut y'all's mouth. Okay, 18 plus 4 is 22.
Nice.
I did
okay.
math.
And what's your? You did very well, math.
Shut
You
it.
math very well. And your
Shut it, y'all.
your dark vision is what? 60 feet? I'm assuming.
It is 60 feet, Dungeon
Okay.
Master.
So you look to the left, and you definitely detect a centurion or sort of a guard-like looking one coming back towards you, and he has not noticed you yet. So you currently have initiative and you have surprise attack. So this first attack would be double damage.
Mm.
So do you have? But he's just out probably 55 feet away from you. Do you have a ranged attack since you are leading the column?
Well, my speed is 35 feet, so I'm not sure if that means anything.
No, you'll split the difference and you'll lose your
Yeah.
initiative, and
Right.
you'll also lose surprise attack.
You have a bow or
I just have, it looks like I have just daggers and quarterstaff.
Okay, so that's nothing good for distance. We know that Kalisha has a crossbow, right?
I do have a crossbow.
So bring your ass up front here, Kalisha.
My
think you
only
can call 'em.
question is
Mhm.
I have a crossbow. I am skilled in longbows and short bows. Am I also skilled in a
So-
crossbow?
I don't know if you do you have the app up at all?
I do.
Okay, because while we were talking, I added the crossbow to your inventory, so you should see it under your attacks. The crossbow should show. Well, if you go into your equipment and then equip it,
All right.
so go to the equipment page and then click on the crossbow that you have it.
I love how they're in alphabetical order. Crossbow.
And then if you go back to your attacks after that, it should be loaded up in there. It should say plus whatever for the crossbow.
Crossbow. Hand heavy light. Did you give me a hand crossbow, a heavy crossbow, or a light crossbow?
I gave you a light crossbow.
Thank you. All righty. Let's go back. Okay, crossbow. All right. It looks like 80 feet.
Yep. So you got
Well, it
plenty of
says
distance.
80 out of 320, so I'm thinking that's 80 feet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
So it goes all the way up to 320, but then after 80 feet, you have disadvantage after that.
Gotcha.
So
And just
he's
so
well
everyone
within
knows,
range.
you guys can use any weapon you want. If you don't have a
Mhm.
proficiency in it, you got, well, typically it's a -5. But you guys just get like a minus off of your die 20 roll. But you can use any weapon. But obviously, you want to have a proficiency. You want to have bonuses versus negatives. But so in this case, you take out your crossbow, and can you please roll your die 20 for a hit?
Yes, I can.
Is the rate just one, Rob? Sorry, Edgar.
What's that?
Is
One
just
die
rate-
8 plus 2.
Well, you got to roll on a 20 for your hit first.
Oh, jeepers.
That's okay.
I got a 10 on my
Okay,
20.
plus your initiative plus surprise, you got a hit.
My initiative.
You're gonna say something, Ersk?
is that with the bow? Is that dexterity?
Plus 2.
You're,
Okay, so a 12 for my initiative. I'm sorry.
Never mind.
Okay.
I got
got a hit.
And
it.
Cool.
yes.
Roll 1 die 8. That's your damage.
Okay.
1 die 8.
What is it? Ah, crap. It's an 8 plus 2. I got a 10.
So you launch this crossbow from behind
Mhm.
Venestra at the speed of everyone's very surprised. You launch this bolt, boom, right through the throat. This kobold drops dead. 1 hit. Boom. Can't raise the alarm. Nothing. So you guys still have your initiative, and no one knows you're there yet.
Nice.
And I'm
So that's left hand
subtracting
side.
one
You guys are
bolt.
sort of on the left hand wing. You notice that it sort of curves towards the right as this left side comes up, or you can still sort of backtrack and go towards the right side.
I say we keep going down the left there. That's where the
I say we
carnage
keep
was.
going as well.
We've already
If they're
cleared the
coming
front
from there,
portion.
that's where we need to go.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So you
And I'm
continue
down to
on.
19 bolts, you guys.
Tally ho.
That's good. That's literally what you need to do. That's fantastic because, for the reality of the game, having numbers on those and realizing that you need to switch out of your your bow and arrow or your expendable ammo is part of the game. You know, it's not like a
Absolutely.
so that's awesome. So you guys continue towards the left, and we have Venestra who's leading the party. Can you please roll a perception?
I will do that. Okay, I'm on 20.
Okay. So, and one of the most impossible angles you could see something. You look up, and with your dark vision, you see this kobold sort of not slouching, holding onto a spear, picking his snout nose, absolutely ignoring all of his responsibilities, just sitting there, and is a prime target for a sneak attack. Again, double damage, and you guys have immediate initiative because he does not detect you at all. Does anybody else have any ranged weapons?
I do. I have a longbow.
Okay. Technically, aren't you at the end of the column, or aren't you at the front? Because Kira would be. Kira, do you have a ranged weapon?
I think she's got something.
I have a longbow and a long sword.
Ooh, longbow. Nice. Okay, so can you please roll a die 20 for hit, please?
16.
16. Okay. So with all that, you definitely get a hit. Longbow, I'm assuming, is a 1d6. Is that just basically a basic arrow? Do you see the damage in there in your character sheet, or that's?
I'm confused. Hold on. Okay, if I took, hold on. So, okay, if I rolled a 16 on my die 20.
Yep. That means you hit. So you got a hit. So you're successful on your hit. I'm just looking at your character now, see if I can see.
Okay.
I think arrow is 1d6, I believe, damage.
1d8 for my longbow.
Oh, longbow. Okay, so roll the 8-sided dice, which looks like sort of a diamond.
Okay.
So roll that.
6.
Double damage. So as Venestra turns the corner and sees this hapless kobold picking his nose, out bursts Kira with her longbow to the left side of her shoulder, launches a bolt and absolutely pierces its heart, slams it to the wall, and sticks it to the wall, and is dead immediately. Kobold.
Nice.
Kira, I love it.
Kira.
Oh, I see
Very
that.
nice.
Yes.
Yeah, you just speared kobold. Basically, you can bring it
Sorry,
back.
I thought I was dead for a moment. I was like, what?
I love
So
it.
you
I
guys
guess
have
I'm
now.
trying to figure out what I took for a hit. I'm like, wait, 23, 20. I'm just all
Well,
over the place.
kobolds are pretty low in armor class and intelligence, and so they're basically cannon fodder. That's why in numbers they're quite scary, because they just have those numbers to throw at you. You guys are here at the right time, and so they're sort of reduced numbers. So you guys continue on this path towards the left, I assume, unless you guys want to backtrack or you want to continue going left.
Keep going.
Okay.
So but real quick, I didn't take any damage on that. I'm confused.
0.
I just want to make my numbers
you
correct.
You basically killed the kobold and 3 of his generations after him. Basically, yeah. You
Good.
you dealt to death on that one.
Annihilate them.
So you guys walk past this skewered kobold that Kira has made a permanent piece of the artwork of this cavern, and you continue going up, and it sort of curves towards the right. And at this point, you start sensing and seeing, all of you, because it's not a perception, but you see the glow of a hearth, or at least fire, coming towards you as the corner sort of starts to curve towards the right. What do you guys want to do?
Can we hear anything?
No,
Can we see anything?
nothing
So
yet.
we can see the flames, or it's just getting brighter as if
Very-
there are flames.
Sort of very sort of a light orange glow that you can tell that there's a source of firelight coming up, and it's a maybe 10-15% light. You know what I mean? Like it's a very low glow. So it's telling you guys that you're still far away from it, but there's something coming up.
I would like to ask Ivana a question.
Proceed.
You can turn into things. I saw you in the prison.
Yes, you did.
Is there any way you might be able to turn yourself into one of these gob guys and go check it out?
I could do that.
Ooh. So you transform into a kobold?
Nice.
So Ivana
Magic,
popped up
motherfucker.
to call
Transformed to John Cena.
and she turns into a kobold.
I thought it was jazz hands.
So you
Love
immediately,
it.
in front of all your eyes, Ivana just turns into this ugly-looking kobold, and you sort of like creep up along, like you sort of like gently walk up there, Ivana. You sort of just walk as you'd expect, as like the I've got no problem here. I'm supposed to be here. That sort of casual, fly casual sort of thing. Okay, so I'm assuming that's yes. So
I think that was a yes.
you leave the rest of the party. You turn the corner, and as the glow of the fire gets stronger, you see that it's the curvature of the path, or the sort of carving, turns to the right, and there's another path to get up here. But this area opens up into a very large hall from where this fire is emanating, and standing in the middle of this sort of entrance is a larger kobold who's got a bit of better armor, sort of just standing there, just hanging out, sort of doing his thing. And he sees you and he looks at you and doesn't really pay you much attention. But as you're walking towards him, so at this point you determine that you've got one guy sitting in front of you between you and this larger hall of where this fire is giving you light. So you can either walk up to him and do something, or you can turn the corner and sort of walk back down away from him, which is the opposite direction of where you came. Or you can backtrack. It's up to you. What would you like to do?
I want to keep going. I'm curious.
Do you speak Kobold?
I'm going to say no.
That would be in your languages section of your character sheet, if you have access to that.
I don't. Oh, let me see. No, I don't.
Okay. So this larger kobold
Mm-hmm.
barks at you, says something. And the tone isn't like, hey, what's up, dude? It's like something more forceful.
Uh-oh. Let me see. What can I do?
You best fake it.
How far are we? How far are we
Yeah.
away from her, or is she?
You're about 30 feet. You're about 30 feet away from her, and she's about 15 feet away from this guard.
Is he? What is he holding? Can we see that?
He's got. It looks like a halberd from where you're standing. It's got shiny glinting edge.
A halberd?
Halberd.
Halberd?
What's that?
Halberd. Yeah. It's a basically think of it as like a long wooden shaft with a curved axe blade at the end of it. So this guy definitely has the air of more than just with these little cannon fodder you guys just took out with one shots each.
Is there a torch by him or anything like that?
Oh, yeah.
There
Can I
is.
set him on fire?
There's a torch to his left and to his right as the entrance of this sort of grander area. But you also realize that the flame light, while being bolstered by these two torches, that isn't the main source of light. So there's something bigger behind it, but the torches are certainly adding to it. And there's two torches just literally propped up on the side of the wall.
Harry?
Harry Potter.
It's just the music in my elf head.
I shouldn't have said that.
Can
Is
we?
Paladin by any chance responding to this light that's behind this guy?
Pardon me?
Is the talisman responding at all to this light that's behind this guy? In addition,
Nothing at
like
all.
you said,
The talisman is in your possession. The talisman, as if it's like it's being cradled like a little baby. It's content and very happy.
Okay. Very good. Very good. Very good. Very good.
Can we see that she's maybe having some issues here?
You see,
Yeah.
you heard the vocalization from the kobold. Unless any of you do any of you speak kobold?
I don't think so. According to what I've seen in my language thing, I don't think I do.
I would
Yeah.
I would like to cast Thaumaturgy again.
Okay.
And I have the ability to change. I can brighten or dim flames, but I can also change the color of the flames.
Okay.
So I would like to do that, and I would like to change the color of these flames to a bright green to see if I can distract that kobold that's messing with her.
Okay. Give me a second here. All right, I'm going to roll for his saving throw. So he sees the change in flame, but his attention does not change. He looks at that and like sort of questions it, but is still looking at Ivana, who's walking towards him, and he barks again. At this point, he takes sort of more of a adversarial stance and starts walking towards her.
So if we were to come down this hallway, is he going to be looking our way?
Yes, because she is between the both of you.
Okay, she's still between us.
But you guys are still hidden. So from his perspective, he sees one sort of kobold who's not responding or apparently doing his duty, which isn't out of the ordinary for kobolds, but he doesn't seem to be taking kindly to it.
Can I intimidate?
The manager is pissed off right now.
We didn't come here to make friends, did we?
No,
We definitely did not. I don't believe in making friends anymore.
Well, I can make a there. You said roughly 30 feet to Shanti and another
he's
15.
So 30, and he's now at about 10 feet away from her. So you got 40 feet now.
So I'm gonna obviously something's wrong. We're gonna move ahead. I've got my longbow. I'm going to take a shot.
Okay. Roll a 20.
6 with my multiplier.
So your longbow flies completely off mark, and he actually notices that and realizes that Ivana doesn't have anything in her hands, and he charges at Ivana. So he is going to. Can you roll for initiative on a die 20, Ivana, please?
Yes, sir. Where's initiative?
It's in the top middle of your first page.
I got it. 6.
Okay.
She's chilling. No worries there.
What's your armor class, please? Can you do you have an armor class in there? I can't see your full character.
Oh,
11. Sorry, no, it's 11. Okay, sorry, thank you. So he won initiative. Ooh, 15. He hits. He takes his halberd and slams down. And you take 9 damage. He slices your shoulder. Does your spell last through attacks? I don't know if that's actually anything written down. It's kind of
She's you talking about her different form?
Yeah.
She's a changeling, so she actually just changed form.
All right. So you take 9 damage. So you had 21. So now you're 21 minus 9. And now it's your attack. What would you like to do?
Now it's my attack. What would I like to do? I don't know. What can I do?
Well, what do you have? What weapons do you have?
Not much.
And after, by the way, after Ivana attacks, the rest of you will have an attack at this point.
I just have daggers. That's all I got.
Okay. Do you have two-handed weapon wielding so you can use both of them at the same time?
Sure. Why not?
Just go for it.
That was the best answer.
Okay. So roll 1 die 20 for each dagger. And so while she's doing this, you guys should be preparing what you guys can do. I know some of you have some ranged weapons, so this would be a perfect opportunity for you guys to prep those.
Yeah, I did really well.
Cool. So roll for both of your daggers, Shanti. Sorry, Ivana.
That's my thing. I don't know if I have daggers or not. My quantity just says dash dash. I don't think I have anything.
Well, if you think you have daggers, those will probably we'll give them to you in your inventory. They're
We'll
1
just
die
say you
4.
got 'em.
1 die 4
Yeah.
plus whatever your modifier is. So they're low level damage, but 2 hits can do some damage. So if you want to roll 2 die 20, we'll see,
Okay.
see how you go for a hit.
If I did this correctly, I got a 9. I think.
Okay. Do you have any
So-
modifiers for that? You've
Yeah, that's what popped up in the app.
This app is very confusing.
may have a dexterity bonus maybe as a hit.
Yeah, I have
9 is
dexterity.
gonna be low anyways. Okay, so 9's not gonna do it. So what's your second roll?
Now I got a 20.
Wow, natural 20.
I don't know.
Like,
Sure.
Well, that's good because
Whatever the
natural
multiplier is, it showed 20 in the D&D Beyond app for roll.
Nice. Okay. So you take one swipe with the dagger, he dodges that. Your second dagger comes around and catches him. So if you want to roll the pyramid, 1 die 4. And for double damage, I'll give you +2. Well, for the roll, the natural 20.
I got a 3.
Plus the 2, so that's 5. Okay.
That's
Just a
5.
second. All right. Okay. So it's your guys' turn. We'll start with Edgar. I will go around the room.
Did you want us to all roll initiative, or you want to just?
No, it's your attack. You're good to go.
Okay. So, looking at this guy, how he seems. I mean, I saw her hit him with a dagger, but he seems to be still in pretty good health.
Absolutely. Yep.
All right. I'm going to attempt to cast Crown of Madness on this guy.
Okay.
And he needs to make a Wisdom saving throw.
Wow. Okay, just give me a second here. Give me a second here. Sorry. Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. So what does this do?
All right. It's
Be
a
very effective.
it's a Wisdom 13 saving throw. Did you get 13?
Not even close. How about 12
Okay.
less than that?
Okay. So as he's fighting Ivana, a twisted crown of jagged iron appears around his head, and it forms a crown on his head. And a madness starts glowing in his eyes, and he's now charmed by me. So for the duration of this spell.
Wow. Okay.
So
I
on
like
each
it, Edgar.
so on each of his turns,
Yes, do a
he
saving
has
throw.
to. At the end of each one of his turns, he can do a Wisdom saving throw to get out of it. Otherwise, if I see so basically he's one of our party members now until
Okay.
this ends. He has to attack somebody that I can see. He has to make an attack on them instead of us.
So the rest of you see this crown of metal just suddenly appear around this kobold, and he drops his halberd. He sort of puts his hand around his head, and he's stunned, sort of like in this feigned pain, but also silent at the same time. You can see completely discombobulated, and Edgar's standing there all proud of himself. Everyone else is like, what the heck just happened? And he just stands there and basically is waiting for the next instruction. And either, you guys want to continue attacking, or do you look at this and see it's like, wow, this is turned for sure? Or does Edgar want to say,
I'm going to ask Edgar, what'd you just do to him?
Yeah. Serious.
I told you I had specialties in making people disappear, and sometimes that involves them acting against their own will.
Keeper's cat.
As it is, I think we should, we and our new friend should keep going.
Okay. Well, if we've got cannon fodder, then we've got cannon fodder. Let's put the crown of madness up in front of us and move on down the line.
Okay, so you guys, obviously, by his advancement and towards attacking Ivana, you guys are somewhat away from the larger area, but since I'm assuming he's gonna be leading this column at this point as the sort of like the lead part. So he's sort of walking like an automaton forward, and the glow from the flame comes brighter. How far are you guys back behind him?
Let's say about 20 feet or so behind this guy.
Okay, so he walks into this grand area. You start to see now that you sort of pass the sort of these two corners, and you see in this large area benches, basically an assembly area designed for dozens of kobolds. And because it's so well lit, it has torches and all these various different things. You see at the back end of it, there's this dais, and sitting in this dais is this definitely sort of robed, ugly orc sitting there, sort of thumbing through a spell book or a book of some sort. And in front of him, probably about 15 feet off the dais, is another large orc sitting in a chair to the right of him, sort of as almost like his right-hand man, sharpening a long sword, just sort of sitting there doing that. And they really haven't noticed the guard that you guys have now under control, but there's nothing else. There's no other kobolds. There's nothing else in this room except these 3 rows of 6 benches. So you can clearly walk between them, and or the automaton can, or at least at this point the kobold guard. So that's what you see. So he's going to roll his first saving throw now against the spell. So 4. He continues to be under your control.
Okay. So is it his turn right now?
And his turn, yes. So his turn is now saving throw. He failed, so now it's up to you guys.
Sick him.
So he's got about 25 feet between him and the first orc who's sharpening his sword.
I will. Just so you know, the saving throws for him are at the end of his turn. Okay. So I can control him at the beginning of the turn, and then he does he might snap out of it at the end of his turn. So I'm gonna have him charge. I think they have kobolds. I think they probably have normal walking speed.
Yeah, he's a larger one, but yeah, he has normal speed. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm gonna have him charge and make a melee attack against the guy who's sharpening his blade.
Okay. So I'm gonna roll for initiative on the orc. Oof. Okay. So your kobold definitely catches the orc off guard. And wow. Takes his halberd. Wow. And hits him full on taking 8 damage. Okay, let me check. Or just give me a second here. Okay. Taking, wow, 8 hit points of damage. Okay. All right. So he's basically a member of your party. So your party now has initiative, correct?
So he can roll now to try to snap out of it.
Okay,
After
gotcha.
he did the damage.
He makes a saving throw. 17. So
okay, he would snap out of it now.
Okay. So he's standing in front of the orc who he just dealt a blow to. And he sort of comes to. But that's his attack, right? He's got nothing else to do at this point.
Yeah, he already did his movement and he already did his attack, so now he just looks like an asshole stabbing the orc. So,
yes, very much so.
But the crown disappears around his head.
Okay.
So whoever's next in the initiative order.
Yeah. So I'll make a party initiative. Can one of you roll for initiative?
You want me to?
Whoever, just one person roll for party initiative.
Yeah, go for it.
Maybe somebody else should have done it.
I got a 13.
Got it.
You got a what,
I got a-
Karisha?
13.
I got 5.
5? Okay. So the orc takes initiative again, and he is pissed at the kobold, and he rolls to attack. Ooh, hits him with his long sword, which is 1 die 8 plus 2. 7 plus 2. 9. Oof. Okay, so the orc, big time pissed at the kobold, slashes him. He takes a huge amount of damage. He stumbles, and so basically he's on one knee. The orc is standing on top of him, and now it's your initiative. So you guys, I'll start with Kira, then I'll go to Venestra, then Irsk, then Ivana, then Kulisha, and then Edgar. So I'll go reverse order. So Kira, what would you like to do? At this point, you're standing close to the entrance. You're a good 30 feet away from the orc, but you have a ranged attack. What would you like to do?
Trying to think here. I don't think I have a spell I can use. Change anything or do anything. All I can do is attack. Am I correct? Like there's.
Yeah, you've got a ranged attack. You've got 5 party members who are also going to be lining up to do some damage. So you've got a longbow, right?
Yes, longbow and long sword.
I'm trying
to think of like I know other than laying hands, it's the only one I could think of right now. That I have for spells. I mean, yeah. So I guess I'm gonna have to attack since that's all I know what to do right now.
Okay. So you're going to use your longbow?
Sure. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah. Like for your longsword, you'd need to run up to him and attack him. So that would probably be a good idea is to use your longbow because you got a distance attack.
Yeah, let's do that.
So, okay, cool. So roll your die 20.
Okay, here we go. Oh shit! It fell on the floor.
So you yell out in the room, "Oh shit! It fell on the floor."
There we go.
Everyone's dead.
And we're dead. And we all died. No.
Oh shit!
Pick it up. Pick it up and re-roll. It's okay.
Me. The tired one. Yeah, okay. I'm not even gonna look. I just grabbed it. Not even gonna look and see what.
Well, just re-roll it at this point. Just re-roll.
Okay. This is not good. It's a 7.
Okay, so your arrow flies off the mark, and has no effect in the attack. So next up is Venestra.
Kira, who did you shoot at?
Oh, good
Good
question.
question.
I was assuming the orc, not the.
Because you have your longbow has a +5 to hit. So was that a 7? Did you roll a 7?
Oh, that's right. So it's a 7 plus. So I'd have a 12 actually.
So it really depends on who you aimed at. That you might have hit. You might have hit if you aimed at the right person. You might have hit one of them.
Dang it!
Yeah.
So actually, if I had a 12, so I have to pick now between what, the orc and the
Kobold. Yeah, the Kobold has much less armor than this orc does. And yes, Edgar is 100% right. I assumed you're going for the orc, so I will give you that that redo. If you want to go for the Kobold, it will be a hit.
Okay, say it one more time just so I'm clear.
So yeah, the orc is a lot stronger and has a higher armor class, so it's harder to hit him. The Kobold is bigger than the other ones you guys have faced, but less armor class than the orc. And with your roll plus the modifier, you will hit the Kobold if you so choose.
What's Kobold then?
Okay. All right. So roll your die 8.
That's my what, diamond or the pyramid?
Yeah, the diamond.
Oh,
yeah.
This one. Okay.
The diamond shape, yeah.
Diamond. Sorry, I'm just making sure I have the right one because you said the diamond. Okay. Let's make sure it's the right one this week, people. Seriously. All right. 2? Is that good or bad?
Well, it's all good because it adds up. He's not dead. However, he while he was on his knees at first, he's now basically almost completely prone after that arrow.
That's also a 2 plus 3.
Oh,
3?
5.
So 5. Is that the
Okay. So Kira continues her carnage. She right into his spine and renders the Kobold completely immobile. Not dead, but he ain't going nowhere quick. So
okay.
The butcher.
Okay, y'all. Come on, back me up.
All right. So up next is Venestra.
Y'all got to back it up now.
So Venestra, you have in front of you, you have the orc who had just dealt a really big damage to the Kobold, who's now, thanks to Kira, basically on the ground, not doing anything. So you guys have 2 targets, in fact. You've got this orc and the other orc who's sitting on the pedestal or sitting on the chair, who's now looking at you guys with much ire, but also with a little bit of humor as well.
Humor?
Yeah.
Okay.
You can suck it.
Yeah.
So Venestra, what would you like to do? You've got the orc. It's basically in front of you, and you've got the guy on the throne.
Be careful, Venestra. Something seems up.
Well, I have an Eldritch Blast that's good for 300 feet.
Yeah, girl. Yeah.
What is it? Sorry?
An Eldritch Blast.
Okay, and that
Good
does?
for 300 feet. It's a crackling energy streaks towards a creature within range. Make a ranged spell attack against a target. On a hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage. It could the spell creates more than 1 beam when you reach higher levels. 2 beams at 5th level. So I guess I'm not at 2 beams. I'm still at 1 beam, I guess. Because what are we on, level 3?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. But I have a 300-foot range on that one.
Okay. So who are you casting that against?
So who do we have left? Give me the inventory again. We got orc that we've been messing with.
Yeah, the one orc who's got some damage on him, but doesn't look anywhere near death's door. You've got the Kobold who is basically out of commission, and you've got this pissy looking Loki looking guy sitting up on his throne. Some insurrection you guys are trying to lead here. So
I still we need to deal with the orc that's being aggressive towards us.
Okay, so that's what you launch the. So you're that's your attack. Okay, let me do a saving throw over magic. Oh, give me a second. Okay, he failed that magic throw, saving throw versus magic. All right, so what's the damage you said?
On a to hit, the target takes 1d10 force damage.
Okay, so roll the 1d10.
Ten.
Nice.
Wow. Dang.
That's good.
Yeah, that's
That's pretty
not
damn
much
good.
better you can do than that. Wow. So
But then somebody got to roll it, so we got to do it.
Vernestra, Emperor Palpatine's this guy. He actually goes flying backwards into the
Yeah, fuck
throne,
you, Mark. Hate you.
Yeah.
Anyway.
slams into that, and
Girl.
you made him look way worse than he looked 2 seconds beforehand.
Good. Did I burn his face off? Because please.
Well, no, still, it's not pretty. All right, Irsk.
All right, so I'm going to cast Hunter's Mark on this orc that is not doing so hot and has been thrown across the room. So that gives me an extra 1d6 damage to the target when he's hit. And then I'm going to take a shot at him with my longbow. And
So you can do that. You can do both those things. You can cast it and then attack.
yeah, the bonus. I have a bonus action for.
All right. Cool.
Yep.
All right. So roll d20 for the hit on the longbow. You said.
Yep.
Okay.
Go away. There we go. So you get a 13.
Any modifiers?
Oh, that's with the modifier.
Oh, that's what. No, you miss them.
Well, shit.
Does that 1d6 apply to anybody else or just you?
Just me,
Just you.
I believe. Yeah, I believe it's
All
just
right.
me.
Ivana.
Wakey,
What?
wakey, Ivana.
I'm trying to add to my inventory, but
I know.
I'm kind of hungry. Can I eat some orc?
Yeah, barbecued orc. Better than pork.
Right now, Ivana, you're too far away to use your daggers unless you throw them. I don't know if you have any throwing proficiencies or not.
okay.
But do you have any spells or anything like that you can distance ranged attacks?
Let me see.
Don't forget that you're a bard and you can put on a funny performance and distract these guys.
This is true.
Yeah. I want to see a funny performance. Let's go.
Just do a stripper.
I'll do that.
Just do a stripper thing.
Aren't you still a kobold?
I'll just flash them.
Yeah,
Yeah. Do you ever
Let's
change
see.
your change
that's
back
true.
to
you're still
what
Dobby
you
running
were?
around.
Or...
Bobby. Keep
All right, I
very
can do that.
Stop.
Do the master
I'll do
and
it
give
before.
me a sock bit.
Exactly.
Master Aries, will you hit me with this dagger?
What's her performance?
So, what do you want to do, Ivana?
Performance, I guess.
So yeah, she's
Is that an
Yay!
actual thing? Okay.
she's got
My highest one of my
enthralling
highest
performance.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
so if she does a good enough performance, they have to do some wisdom saving throws. Otherwise, they're charmed by her performance.
Okay.
Mm.
So if
But you got to make her put on a real good performance for that.
Okay.
None
So
of this weak ass shit.
yeah, we need costumes and we need music. Now you are directing this towards the orc right in the front of the area versus the guy up on the throne.
Okay.
So I'm
So it
asking
is- Oh, say that again.
because so
Okay, so I can't be sober.
yeah,
nor
you
can
got
I
the
do this.
you can do one of the two guys. You can do the guy on
I can do
the
one of the two guys.
Yep.
That's
Finally breaking
that's
that
an-
rule.
yeah, that's an enthralling
go
performance.
on.
back the words.
I got the
Please.
skill of persuasion, so
So are you going to direct this performance art towards the orc that's not looking very good because he's got some major damage on him?
No, he can
Sure.
suck it. Sorry.
That's the whole point, I think.
I'm ready to eat him. I'm hungry.
Yes.
Let me roast
Well, I
him
need to know
further.
because the saving throw will be different for the the guy on the throne. So you have to choose who you want to direct this enchanting performance to.
Okay, so who else is in there that I can do this on?
Well, there's only two people. There's one sitting on the throne and one who's just basically thrown onto the throne and looking quite damaged.
The one on the throne, then.
Okay.
Oh,
She wants to do it to the daddy orc.
Yep. Charles, that's a 14. That's a wisdom 14 saving throw for that.
Okay.
For enthralling performance.
I'm gonna do a dance of the
Dang.
7 veils.
Okay.
All right.
He makes the saving throw with ease. So your little performance art, he just sneers at and does nothing.
Oh, no, fuck you too, guy.
They're orcs. They
So
suck.
now what? So now what?
Kalisha's turn. Her
Kalisha.
attack.
I'm gonna go the orc that's not looking so good. I'm gonna peg him with my crossbow.
You
Nice.
gotta peg him,
Let's
huh?
take him out.
We're getting pegged now. Okay.
It's kind
Jesus
of
That'll be this. I'm about to die.
This is weird for D&D. All right. This
This is crazy. Was this in 5e? I'm gonna go get the wolf.
Not weird for us.
What's the saving throw for getting pegged?
Yeah, please
I
let
don't
it
want
be
to
alone.
describe this. Have to describe this attack. I need to drink. All right. So roll for
Okay.
20.
Death by pegging.
Initiative. 11 for initiative.
Well, you already have an initiative, so you rolled 11 for a hit.
I
Do
can't.
you have any modifiers on that?
That's with the modifiers.
You missed him. Okay, and Edgar?
All right. So is this dude still like sitting on the other dude's lap? Is that what we got going on?
He's not at his lap. He's basically at his feet. So
Oh, even
the
better.
guy- yeah, so the
Okay.
guy sitting on the throne is quite disinterested with your little,
And how far am I away from them right now?
I guess, 20 feet maybe? I assume you haven't
20
moved forward.
Right. So I'm going to basically run up to them. I'm going to use 20 feet of my
Movement.
I'll use about between 15 and 20 feet. I'll get fairly close to them, and then I'm gonna cast Arms of Hadar. So you guys are gonna see all these weird black tentacles just emitting from my body all over the place, and they're just gonna start thrashing at these guys. And because we're gonna follow up the pegging with a good thrashing.
Full of tentacles.
Full of tentacles.
Now I'm awake.
Digging. Big difference.
Charles, each one of those, and I want to count the cobalt too, because I actually want to have the finishing shot on this guy. You said he's like born on the 4th of July right now, but he's still alive down there on the ground.
Yes.
Just finish
Yeah,
him off.
Okay, so each one of them,
He said,
each one of them has to make a strength 13 saving throw.
Wow. Strength 13. Okay. Let me look at the kobold first. Oh, yeah. Nope. He misses. What's the damage on it?
I will roll that right now. It's 3d6 for everybody that fails.
What the hell?
This is a level 3 spell?
Yep.
Wow. Okay.
So
So-
bitch built.
And
Them some big tentacles, baby.
He's some big, strong tentacles.
You rent them things out on the weekend? Just asking for a friend.
everybody that fails takes 8 points of damage.
Damn it.
So you have annihilated the kobold on the ground. There is no chance of revival.
Ah,
And for the orc who's at the feet of, as you said, 13, right?
Yeah.
Strength. He makes it. Wow. Natural 20. He is not affected by that. And the guy sitting on the throne. Dude, that's not good. Oh, yeah. Okay.
We're all gonna
He takes what,
die.
you said 8 damage? You said
I
you
have
take 8
one out
damage?
of 21
8 damage,
hit
yeah.
points. Where's
Okay.
that potion that we saved?
Oh
And
yeah,
then,
we got that potion.
And then after that, I'm going to run my happy ass back to the group, so I'm not within slashing range of these guys.
Like a prancing dog.
All right. So the it is their turn. So the guy sitting on the throne is actually going to cast a spell.
Ah, crap.
What?
And he puts his hand on top of the orc. And
This is a bad dude.
glowing warmth fills the orc in the front, and he looks much better. Oh crap. Sorry. Yay! He looks a very, very little bit better. Okay, so
Like a
Mr. Attitude sort of bends down and his benevolence, looking all hoity-toity like Loki, and glowing hands, puts it on top of the orc, and the orc sort of coughs up blood and looks at him like, really? That's all you can do for me? So that's what he does, and then the orc gets up and lunges at Ivana, who's still in the front of the column, with
About to die.
his halberd. Oh, yeah, he completely misses. Yeah, so in his weakened state, he can barely lift it, and he misses Ivana. So you guys back to your initiative again, and we'll go in reverse order again. So we'll go for Edgar, then Kalisha, then Ivana, Irsk, Vanestra, and Kira.
Dang. So you said the guy on the orc on the throne was holding a book,
Yes,
right? Okay.
but that book is aside now, and it's sort of sitting just sort of beside him.
Well, I'd kind of like to know what the hell that book is, so I'm going to use my action and cast Mage Hand once again.
Okay.
I assume this is not too heavy of a book, so the shadowy hand's gonna come out, and I'm gonna go have the hand grab the book to bring it back to me so I can see what the book is.
Okay, let me just see if you can do a dexterity to see if you can grab the book before it leaves.
Yeah.
Oh wow. The book is yours. You swiftly grab that book and grab it, and you grab it.
Sweet.
Okay.
Can I take a look? Can I take a look at it? Can I take a look at it now and see what it is?
Sure. There are certain spells of which I have not defined yet. So didn't
All right. So it's written in a foreign language that I'm still deciphering. Got it.
Exactly. It's an arcane, mystical.
We know one of them heals a black eye.
All right. I'm gonna put that in my trench coat and call it a day.
Barely a black eye. Okay, so that's yours. Yeah, it's a spell book. You see, there's three spells in there, but
okay,
we'll talk about that later. All right, Kalisha. You've got two opponents.
Again, I'm going to attempt to hit him with my crossbow.
Okay, who are you going for?
Who has less life to them at this point?
Roll perception, please, like on a 20, just to sort of give that a fair shot.
2 + 2 is 4.
Yeah, from your distance, you can't really tell who's
weird
or better.
Yeah. All right. So yeah,
I mean, logically, you could say that the orc in the front has taken more attacks.
Yeah.
However, he was healed, but he didn't seem a huge effect, so it's not really. It's hard to tell.
Let's get that orc in the front. He's closer. He's in the front.
Right. There you go.
All right.
So roll 20 for hit.
6.
That's with your modifiers? Yeah, that's
That's
nowhere
with
near.
my modifier.
Okay.
Damn it.
Roll a 20 again, please.
All right. and that is 14 with modifiers.
Okay, so nothing. Your bolt just goes off into the back end. I just rolled. If you were to hit a 20, I would have given you a secondary shot on the guy on the throne because he's right behind him.
Thank you. But it didn't work
you missed.
anyway. But thank you anyway.
You're welcome. Ivana?
Ivana! Oh,
want a dagger?
also enjoy the
You want
birthday
dagger
girl.
the orc guy? He lunged towards you, so he's in range of your dagger.
What am I rolling? What am I doing?
So you got the orc that's in front of you. You can
Mhm.
Do your daggers. You can do
Do
two die 20s to see if you hit him.
All right. I'm going to do two die 20s and see if I hit him.
Great idea.
Yeah, get him.
I do whatever I want.
Don't tell me what I like.
Let's see. 18.
Ooh, okay, that's a hit.
Ooh, yeah, girl.
Now do another one.
Birthday girl. Still birthday here. Birthday month.
That's 12:41 my time now. So.
No. So we're gonna keep it.
Sure,
birthday.
sure.
And 11:41 my time.
Yes, it's still my birthday. 14
Yeah.
on the second roll.
Still
Okay.
to you.
A 14 is not a hit, but an 18 is a hit, and that's 1d4.
Yes.
And that's the little triangular one with the number at the top you gotta look for.
There it is. Got you. A 2.
Okay. All right. Irsk, you're up.
All right. I'm gonna jump in with an attack on the orc that's been taking all this damage.
Okay.
I have 2 short swords. I'm proficient in 2-weapon fighting, so I can get a double hit, one with each sword. No modifier on the second one. Hunter's Mark is still active.
Cool.
So,
That's true. All right. Go for it.
so we'll go see. That's a 5.
That's a miss.
That's a good one. And roll again. Oh, that's even better. That's a 4.
All right. So
I'm terrible at this.
you cut some hair off the top of his head and
Hey,
you move on.
good job. You gave him a haircut.
Yeah, he's pissed about that. So that's one
I
thing.
came in just swinging away. I was 6 feet away from him when I did it, though.
Cheapers cats.
Vanestra, you're up.
You got an
Okay,
orc
so I'm
with
going to
some
ask a
damage and
question.
All right.
I have something called the Dark One's Blessing.
Oh, good.
It says when you reduce a hostile creature to 0 hit points, you gain 5 temp hit points. And it says Dark One's Blessing is no action.
Yeah, so that was the reason why I offed that kobold, because I wanted that, because I have the same thing. So what it means is if when you or I kill somebody, we get more powerful. Our hit points go up.
Yeah.
So that's why you want to kill these. So you don't have to do anything for that. It'll automatically happen if you kill one of the creatures.
Okay, so that's a thing. Okay, all right.
By the way, Charles, I'm 6 hit points higher because I killed that kobold.
Right. Cool. Thank you.
No, I think Edgar's bragging a bit.
I am.
Well,
This
I
is
don't
what happens
know.
when you look at your character sheets.
I'm looking, damn
there
it.
you go. There you go. That's fantastic. That's exactly what you need to do. And especially with like 5 players or 6 players, you got a chance to sort of explore things and think about that. That's exactly the time you want to be doing it, especially outside the box stuff, because you've got one orc who's on death's door. Well, not death's door, but he's not doing so well, and you got another one who's pretty fresh, and that gives you guys a chance to fix your attacks on it. So it's good stuff.
And don't forget that one orc has a wonderful haircut.
Very.
This is true. You almost don't want
Kind of
to.
yeah, we're gonna call it the Karen. I gave him the Karen.
So one just got pegged and one just got a Karen haircut. This
Exactly. We're gonna demean the shit out of these orcs.
Well, I don't know how many spells I get.
You get to do one action. Well,
Yeah.
You haven't cast any spells yet.
Okay, well, I have the Witch's Bolt.
Ooh.
Oh,
Okay. What's that?
It's lightning damage, and it has to be within 30 feet. And it lasts up to 1 minute. And they take, you can use your action to deal 1d12 lightning damage to the target.
Fantastic. Okay, so you want to do that against?
What, Brad?
So you got to attack with that. So you do a normal attack roll with the D20 for that, and it's got a +4 on that. So you still roll to attack,
Okay.
and that still goes against your AC, Charles.
Okay.
For
Okay.
the
Gotcha.
orcs.
All right. Thank you.
I will roll +4, right?
Yep.
Mhm.
13.
That's misses. So you do your Palpatine thing, and it just goes right over him and misses him.
We have a problem with electricity in this party.
We're dying.
Just-
We're screwed. I don't know what we're going to do.
Not in a good way.
Where's Tesla when you need him?
I don't know. Listen, I got it to work one time, damn it. I can't do it every time.
All right, Kira, you're the last bastion of hope here.
Okay, so
Good
if I
luck.
can, do I actually have any spells that I can actually probably even do at
Yeah.
all?
Kira, you have inflict wounds. You have one of the strongest.
Oh,
spells.
let's inflict wounds. Let's do it. Not sure what the heck it is, but let's do. I know I read a bunch of stuff earlier. I was watching videos, but without like
It's okay.
this
Like,
doesn't sound
using it.
hey, this is Hadlin or Hadlon the thing person.
So is inflict wounds a touch, or is it is an incantation or distance?
It's a touch.
Touch.
So it's a yeah, she can just as long as it's an attack roll. It's a +5 to attack, and then
Okay.
if she hits with the +5, it's 3d10 of damage. So literally one of the strongest spells that we have in the group.
Oh well, then in that case, I better do it for our sakes.
So that's good. So, sorry, just reading something from Rob. So yeah, so you totally have the distance. You can run up and do that the touch. So you roll a 20 for a hit against armor class. So roll a 20.
Okay, so I need to roll my die 20.
Die 20, correct. And you're going.
All
Who are
right.
you going for? You're going for the orc, right? The guy in the front.
Dang
So
it!
who you-
I don't know who I should go after.
Why don't you go for the guy on the throne? He probably looks fresher.
Oh yeah, because let's die today. Okay. Sure, why not? Let's just go for this. Why not? You
I
know,
feel like I'm in an Indiana Jones movie. We're going to die. Yeah.
we're going to let's all do this. Everyone buckle up. Hold on. I have no idea what's about to happen. Remember the last time we went this crazy? It ended up badly. All right, let's do this. All right. Are we ready? 18.
Wow.
I hope that's good. Everybody,
I think it is.
you better hope to gosh that's a good thing, because if it's not, I'm toast.
I mean, it's a
Okay,
23
so
to
you-
hit, so
Yeah.
Oh,
So you
yeah,
definitely land it.
right.
What's-
Plus my whatever it is.
What's the damage on it?
What do you mean? What's my damage?
Kira, I got the app up if you want me to roll the 3D10 for you.
Well, what's the 3D10? Is that the triangle or is it the diamond?
That's the
The diamond shaped one. This one where it like goes from 1 to 0.
One. Make sure it's not like a 10 again.
remember the 0 is a 10.
If you
Shush
count this
you.
sides on
I
top,
remember. I remember
This
from
side.
last time. I remember. I've got the correct one.
So just
All
roll that 3 times and add them up.
Roll it 3 times.
And add them up.
Okay, so 1. That's easy. Remember 3. 7.
3 D10s and you did 11 damage.
Oh, fuck.
Boo her. Boo that
Look
woman.
at my dead and my toast. Are my friends all leaving me now?
None of us are getting out of this one. I don't even know what we're gonna do.
Okay, so
I don't even know.
you land this spell and touch him on the thigh, and you see it goes through him. And I didn't say inner thigh, I said thigh. And you see he like definitely takes it, and he slumps off the throne off balance, stunned and very shaken.
Ooh, can I just grab this crown and go?
Well, no, now it's his attack, and so is the orc's attack. So, hold on there for a second there.
Sorry, I got excited.
So
I touched his thigh, and then then he's slumped over.
Stuck his thumb in his cloaca, and now he's really pissed off.
Oh, Lord have mercy. He said cloaca.
And that's necrotic damage from that, so he's really limptic right now.
Yeah.
And that would explain. So what's really cool, well, not so much for him, is he lunges for you to return the exact same spell on you.
Uh-oh.
And
I don't want
he
you messing with your cloaca.
He cannot muster the energy. He rolled a 2, so he fails on his spell big time.
Yes!
So that was also 3 die 10, so you dodged a bullet there big time. And then the orc who sees you attacking his master swings at you.
Me?
Well, yeah, you're right there.
He should be bowing to me at this point. I saved him from all that.
He hits you with his halberd.
They're filthy and they're only loyal to one another's fill.
Well, you know.
He hits you with a 3 damage. So you could take a slice in the back of your leg because you lunged forward past him. You take 3 damage. So if you're keeping track of your hit points, you
Okay,
have
so
3 less.
So I'm -3?
Yes. So take 3 off.
26 -3?
Yes, yeah, because he had full health. Yes, it's your first hit. And so this time we're going to go according to my screen. We're going to go with Ivana, Irsk, Kalisha, Venestra, Edgar, and Kira. So Ivana, you got another attack in you.
Oh boy. Do I?
So you're right there. You can
dying.
You can go either one with your daggers.
All right. I'm going to do my daggers. I'll throw a dagger, even though they're small.
Show them your daggers. Oh, that's performance. Thing. Sorry.
Nasty.
Show me your daggers.
Why not? Right?
What do to roll then? Do I roll? If I'm going to use my dagger?
20. Yeah, for your 2 daggers. Yep.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. And well, first of all, who are you rolling against? Who are you trying to attack?
Am I still in the guy in the throne? Can I still?
Well, you're at this point. You can do both. You're close enough to do either one.
All right, then I'll do both.
Whoa! So you're gonna split the attack. You're gonna go for one and one or the other?
No, let me just do the guy in the throne.
Okay.
I'll just concentrate on one.
On the throne.
We're all still messing with the throne.
Okay.
It's almost 1 o'clock here.
So roll 2 20s.
I got a 6 on the first roll. I got a 6, which sucks.
6. Okay, that's a miss. Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
We're all gonna die down here.
What I said.
I rolled twice, right?
Yes.
Okay, I got a 16 on the second one.
You definitely hit him on that one.
Yes.
So roll 1 die 4.
And then 1 die 4. 2.
Okay. So Ivana lunges at the guy on the throne and deals a deathly blow and renders him absolutely out of this attack. And he is at death's door.
About damn time. Jesus.
Next is Irsk.
I'm going to try to finish him off.
Finish him!
Throne.
Yes, that's what I said. Let's go.
Another double short sword attack.
Oh yeah. Okay.
So let's see. The first one is a 13.
You hit.
13.
Yep.
And second one is a 14.
Oh.
2 hits.
2 hits. So let's go with damage here. First one would be 8.
Okay.
And the second one would be a 4.
Okay.
And then I get a D6 for my Hunter's Mark still active. And that's a 1. So,
Still effective.
13.
So before Cornag hits the ground after the dagger blow, you manage to come around his side and literally slice off his head, a la Anakin and Dooku.
Nice.
Boom. Finished.
I love all the references.
Yes.
Mortality or fatality. Shit, I got it wrong. Totally. Anyway,
So
fatality.
There-
It's too late.
Beru, the orc, sees this, and you can see the panic in his eye. But it's still Keelisha's turn. So what do you do?
How many orcs are left? Just
The
the
last one. This is the last.
Just the last one.
Last
Yep.
one.
Isn't he the one that's still a little bit injured that was just healed a little bit?
Yes.
Correct.
Okay.
Let's see what's gonna do the most harm.
Finish him.
I was gonna do thunderclap when it was still the 3 of them, but it's down to 1. We're gonna go smack him with that crossbow again, and this
All
time
right.
he's gonna die because that's the
Sweet.
strongest of all of them.
Get him in the heart.
I'm gonna
Well,
hit
he
him in the
doesn't have
heart.
Maybe he has one.
Exactly.
The groove is in the heart.
Yes.
boy.
19 plus 2 is a 21, baby.
Boom. All right. Use that. Roll that 1d8.
4.
Okay. So he is literally at death's door. He's gurgling, but still he clings to life as an
Did
orc.
somebody just step on his throat and suffocate him for Christ's sake?
Vanestra, it's your turn. Go step on him.
Yeah. Well,
Go
Well, how close am I to him?
smack a bitch.
you're close enough to get up to him and
Step on
Stop.
his throat.
on him.
Can I quarterstaff his ass? I want to quarterstaff him.
you're still gonna have to roll a 20. So hopefully you hit him.
Well, I don't know what else I'm gonna do. Okay, hold on.
All right.
Let me pull this out here. No whammies, no whammies, no whammies. Okay. Do I add to this again? It's 15.
You hit him. Yep.
Yeah, girl.
Okay. Roll for damage. I'll give you a 1d4. For your stomping. You're stomping him, right? You're like throating
Yes,
him or whatever.
I am stomping the hell out of his throat.
Wow.
I'm throat stomping the
Jeez.
hell out of him.
Oh, that's
And I hope that he has his black blood just spurting out of his mouth as I
Well,
do
he already
it.
does. Now you're probably gonna force more out of there.
Yeah,
but,
he does
yeah,
because
good.
I got him with
I
my
hope it's just
crossbow.
spewing just out as I look into his eyes as he dies.
Crossbow bolts.
Wood Elf woke up and chose violence.
Vengeance is mine.
Wood Elf is violent. You didn't see Wood Elf at the other house.
No, they're short tempered.
So roll your pyramid one for your this one
Okay.
here.
But the one with the 4 on it, right?
Correct.
I got it. Okay, that would be a 3.
Boom. So up comes Vanestra. Weapons free, uses the heel of her boot and slams the thorax, and all you hear is that and the blood spurts out of this orc's mouth, and his life leaves him. And you look around yourselves, and there's no other kobolds around here. You've got this entire area to yourselves. And now, what do you guys do next? There's no threat. You guys are relatively unscathed. You guys followed the simplest path that I drew out, which is pretty fantastic.
Did we? Because I couldn't jump it over.
You absolutely did.
that party.
That's the simplest.
Yeah.
Yep. You guys, you guys, you
How was
guys,
that, Charles?
path of least resistance,
Nice.
right up here.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. So you are now on this. You're at the throne. You got this whole area, and I'd like for each of you to roll a perception, please.
Is that the die 20 again?
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
14 for me.
I got a natty 20 with my modifier, makes it a 19.
I have
Okay.
an 18.
Okay.
19.
12? But then if I add my passive wisdom perception is 10, I think. So that's what.
No, that's your passive. That's just like how much you pay attention. It
Well,
should be
I
your-
in the parentheses it says perception. So that's what I was going based off of. Yes, I have a 12.
Okay. So
And I'm 18.
So, several of you. Okay, first of all, Irsk, as the carnage is over, you look behind the throne, and you can definitely see in the rock face, sort of like sliding scratches that sort of indicate a moving wall. The rest of you who rolled like basically a 14 or above, sort of, perceive that there should be something else in here. We just need to find it.
Yeah.
So, Irsk, what do you do with that information?
This is definitely a job as a throne movement here. There's something hidden. So
Okay.
There's a lever or button somewhere.
there's some Rancor titties somewhere.
You gotta find them Rancor titties, man.
That's the wrong
Well,
realm.
with your
Somebody's
natty
gotta
20,
squeeze them Rancor titties.
you realize there's sort of a recessed sort of like press plate with near those
pressing it.
scratches. All right.
Bet
I'm
you
gonna
press
press
it.
Press it.
I
So
push the button.
the
He likes
wall
to
sort of moves towards you and then slides to the left, and it reveals behind this secret sort of chamber. And in the chamber, well, it's lit, but you can't see that clearly. So the rest of you are like, wow, how the hell did he know that was there? But you're quite happy that it's actually happened.
I'll file that away. How did you know that was there?
Nice. You got to pay attention, elf.
I bet I do.
We're not in the woods.
We're not
So
in
what do you got?
Kansas anymore, Dorothy.
You guys walk in.
Yeah, with my dark vision, can I see anything in that chamber that's not shown by the light?
You see a variety of weapons. They look better than the weapons that you're holding. And you see a chest, and you see a small wooden box.
Open it.
Let's
Should we open it?
I'll open
listen.
it.
I believe we fought hard. And we did this for treasure. We did this to bolster our party. So I'm going for the chest.
Okay.
I want to see what's inside that chest.
So you open the chest, and it's, after counting, 250 gold pieces in this small chest.
Oh, good. I thought it was going to be snakes.
It's going to be a basilisk. That was for us, Care Bear, though.
No basket.
No, it's 250 gold pieces, basically the private stash of Cornag himself.
All right.
Fuck Cornag. Take his gold.
Okay.
So
the
I'm
remaining,
going to say
there's still some weapons, and there's still that one small wooden box.
Nice.
Wonder what's inside that small wooden box.
I'll open it.
You open it, Ivana?
Sure.
Out come snakes. No, I'm just kidding.
I knew it.
Those peanut snakes. They're so annoying.
Now I wish Hans was here and we could get him to open the small box.
Inside the
I'll
small
open the
box,
small
is
One hand.
inside
Oh,
this small
come
box
on.
is this like curved sort of not blade, but it's a very finely engraved, almost like
Tray.
heirloom, like.
Oh,
Okay.
And it's got writing you don't understand. Something, it has the air of being very personal.
Hmm.
It's not a weapon. It doesn't have any magic that you can feel or sense with it. It's something it's something special.
It's not
Well,
a
like,
tiara, is it?
Interesting.
No, it's not even meant to be handled. It's something more ornate, something more of a sort of a family crest or sigil, or
Does this look like a damn Moon Knight like blade
It's a
thing that he was
Fabergé
holding,
egg.
or what are we looking
a
at?
little bit, yeah, a little bit,
Okay,
yeah.
thank you.
But it's not-
I'm
I'm
just
gonna
trying
say-
to visualize it.
I'm going to say you should probably pocket that. This probably has a lot to do with
Yeah.
our friend back at the Longhouse.
Nice.
That would be my thoughts on that piece.
Putting it in my satchel.
Yeah. I'll put it in my lady pocket.
right.
Exactly.
Wow.
Is there anything else?
Sorry.
Poor Charles.
Does that have a flap or is it open top? Anyway. Okay.
I mean, you know.
So,
Like Ziploc.
And this is what Dungeons and Dragons went off the rails.
But it might be a mimic, so you got to watch out.
You never know.
Okay,
Pay attention.
we broke Charles.
we
Is
did.
it a mimic? Please tell me it's not a mimic. I ain't touching that.
I ain't touching that, whether it's a mimic or not a mimic.
Hans, we gotta find him. He could stick his other hand in there.
Along the wall are some basic weapons, but weapons that are in better shape than yours. There's a few
Okay.
short swords. There's a long sword. There's 2 halberds. There's a few spears. So you guys can grab those. Great for
Okay.
sale, that kind of thing.
Sounds
And
good.
that basically represents the end of everything in this little antechamber.
Nice.
Can I ask if I can pick up my crossbow bolts that I shot?
Oh, nice. Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yes.
Yep. Very good
So
idea.
I'm reclaiming all 4 of them.
I'd like to
Thank
pick up my
you.
2 missed shots as well, if I could. They're around here somewhere.
If only we could pick up our pride that way. Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I know. Stop. You want to?
Fantastic.
All right, so
So-
there's 250 pieces you said in the chest that I opened.
Yes.
Yeah.
All right, well, I found this antechamber, and there are 6 of us here. So I think fairly we split this up with 40 gold pieces apiece, and I'll finish off the extra 10, and we'll call it a finder's fee.
I mean, I did buy drinks and provide rations.
You
Well,
did.
That
No,
is
that's-
true.
Have at
But
it
did-
first.
Yeah, I mean, but you didn't want anything in return for that, did you, Edgar? I mean,
Actually,
Oh,
Edgar
never.
did say he wanted to split everything evenly before we went on this task.
I tell you what, Ersk,
Alright.
you have it, and maybe you'll repay the favor at some point.
That I could do. That's agreeable to me.
Do we still get our 40?
Everybody gets 40 pieces.
Thank you.
40 gold.
okay.
Very
I'm gonna put that under my treasure.
Treasures
good.
with your treasures.
If you
And
do
if
have the
you-
app open, you can add it right to it.
You
Treasures.
can add currency on your inventory.
I know. I'm a paper girl. I really am. I have to have it in front of me, like all in one spot.
I'm still like that with certain things, so I can.
Glad I'm not the only one.
All right, so with everything upgraded and all of our treasures taken, we should probably get back and finally claim this top bounty that's been sitting on the board for however long.
Yes.
I'm gonna cut the orc's
Yeah.
head off and put it on a spike.
I already cut one's head off. You can have that one.
Okay.
And as you guys are preparing to leave, Kalisha, you feel a sense of accomplishment. You feel a sense of learning. You feel a sense of advancement. And
Yes.
welcome to level 4.
Yes!
And you guys turn around and she's like shining with like beads and all this. She's like, "Ooh, look at me, look at me." No, you see nothing at all. Yes, Kayleigh, you are now level 4. Congratulations.
Thank
She had an ascension.
Thank you.
Yay.
The moon elf got
Oh,
ascended
yep.
first.
To level 4. Yay.
So you guys want to follow the same path that Edgar would be able to provide back to the encampment? Cool.
Yeah.
So as you exit the cavern, as your most efficient way that I completely didn't expect you guys to do, you exit the cavern. Still at
We
night.
chose the left because the right is wrong.
The right is a new idea, therefore we must fear it. So you guys exit with several hours left before the raiding party came back, which was fantastic because it could have been a lot worse. And you guys make it back to the encampment without any problems at all. So you come to the
Thank God.
Yes.
Yep.
And you come in, and Kark, first of all, is stunned to see you all A, alive, B, that quickly. And he looks at you and says, have you even accomplished what you set out to do? Is this done?
Fuck if I know.
It is
Yes,
done.
Kark.
Then
Freaking
did you find our family heirloom? Shove it in
As
his
I
face.
remove it from my lady pocket. Here is it.
Not that one, the other
No.
one.
Present it to thee.
I don't remember it being so moist, but thank you. He takes it, opens the box,
So
and he
dead.
literally pauses and looks at it and has what you can only describe as the Cobalt version of a very emotional moment, and closes it and says, "Thank you." He says, "For your troubles, here is the price of the bounty." He gives you another 100.
Ooh.
So for you to disperse, he gives that to Ivana, since he handed him the heirloom, and the bounty itself, a reward of 75 gold pieces. So in total, you've got another 175 to disperse amongst you.
Nice.
Nice. I split it with all of
What's
you.
my share, Ivana?
You get it all.
I get all of it.
You get all of it, Muno.
Well, being that I'm a really nice moon elf, 175 gold pieces. I have an elf calculator in my pocket.
It's
Full
29.
abacus going on here.
Your lady
That's,
pocket.
29.
Who needs a backpack?
Who's the extra shilling?
175 divided by 6 is 29.
29.
Everybody gets 29.
Correct.
29 times 5 is 45. Wait a minute.
What are you doing?
It is way too late for this moon elf to
What's going on?
math. So 175 divided by 6, it's 29.
Yes.
29 with the leftover of
29
1.
times 6 equals 174, and I'll keep the extra coin
There you
just
go.
because.
That's your tip.
I'll donate that along the way. Someday I'll find a use for it. All right, so
Kark looks at you and says, well, after a successful first bounty, perhaps we can encourage you to remain in our encampment for a little while and help us clear out some of the other bounties before the Tempest Bay garrisons settle their curiosity for said party. And perhaps Edgar would like to remain, or perhaps he will move on. I'm not sure, but I certainly hope you'll remain.
I go where the business goes, my friend.
And a round of drinks for everyone.
Yeah.
Nicely done.
there it is.
I could use one.
So he brings the drinks around and solemnly proclaims, the first bounty is done. Well done. And that's the end of the episode.
Yay!
We did it.
Those orcs would never show their faces if they survived.
Well,
Peg,
one of them
tentacled,
Mike.
Yeah, Peggy and Karen.
pegging, tentacled, and then a short bob.
Peggy and Karen. So thank you to Charles for being our DM tonight. That
Yes,
was
thank
amazing.
you, Charles.
Thank you to all the players. As always, we had a great time here tonight on the Red 5 Tavern. I will be gone for a couple weeks. Got some other business to take care of. So Edgar's got some business to take care of elsewhere. But Charles will remain as the DM for a while. So we're looking forward to that. Thank you to everybody in the chat. Stuck with us the entire time. Happy birthday to Madame Ivana Kamalat.
I'm telling you, that's the way to celebrate birthday. Am I right,
happy
Shotzi?
belated vote.
Madam? Best way to celebrate birthday.
So thank you to everybody, and hope you tune in next Friday, same time, for another episode of Red 5 Tavern and the Devil's Bargain. Thank you, everybody. Good night.
It's a great night.
Bye.